All right, guys, happy Friday. Gonna get this started. I was hoping to have gotten the stream going a little bit sooner, give people more time to trickle in here before we got going, because I am going to make a complete ass out of myself, and as I said, risk getting banned on Twitch. Given the current climate of how things are over on that dumpster platform that I am sadly still streaming on, because why the hell not? It's another platform, right? If I wasn't already there, I probably wouldn't be there right now, but this was my quickly thought up Halloween costume this year that I never got a chance to wear. Yes, I do have the magazine vest here. It is not an explosive vest, don't worry. We don't have any little beepers or remote switches or detonators or anything like that. There's no AK-47, I don't own one, regretfully. But yeah, I had this thought, I'm like, you know what, we could just totally milk the beard for all it's worth. I already got the big nose, so why not? We can go Osama Dan Laden. And the wife was so adamant that if I put this on, I was not allowed to go near the windows. I was not allowed to go outside. I was not allowed to go anywhere within like any visibility at all. Like our neighbors will think you're insane if they see you. So yeah, this was just kind of one of those things I thought of last minute. I'm like, you know, I've already got the magazine carrier. Gonna be in trouble tonight. I mean, look, I'm not like burning a Koran or doing anything like that, dude. Hey, Cage, dude, I mentioned you specifically on Discord because I messed up last night and didn't get the notification sent out on Discord, so I figured I'd tag you in that one specifically. But yeah, I figure we can kind of make up for Halloween last week because I didn't stream, I didn't do anything. So we will go through some topics real quick, some interesting stuff going on over at Twitch, ironically. And then, of course, we will maybe play some Little Nightmares too. I don't know. We'll see. See if I start feeling like it. The question is going to be if I can actually sleep tonight, because I just had a cup of coffee about an hour ago, and so I am wide awake and wired. This is going to be interesting. Anyways, guys, hope you all had a great week. I know that life is hard out there. Trust me, it sucks for me at times too, but hopefully you guys are all getting through it. Hassan and his orbiters are gonna Dude, Hassan doesn't know who I am, so I don't see that happening. Besides, I'll just claim that I'm Arabic. I mean, besides the pale skin, look at the size of this honking nose I got. Like, I could be a Muslim or a jihadist or something. Why not, man? I was thinking, because we were talking with Susano the last stream, we were talking about the shamag thing that I got on, right? Because you can use it all different ways. And I kind of had the thought to order one that had like the Palestinian Hamas print. I'm like, no, that'd be going way too far. I'm sure I could find one. And to be fair, I've seen Hassan stream with one on. If he can do it, I don't know why I wouldn't be allowed to do it. Maybe because for me it's a costume, and for him he's legitimately a terrorist. I don't know. Oh, Lugia. Oh my god, dude. That would be that would be insane.
You should interview Hassan Parker or Ben Shapiro with that costume. They will love it. Open mouth smile.
See, the thing is, Ben Shapiro wouldn't care because it wouldn't offend him. Now, if I dressed up with the little yarmulke on, that might bother him. But no, thanks to the 5, dude. Appreciate you, man. Hopefully your week has been good, Lugia. I am gonna quickly jump into some topics here. The dog already wants in. Hang on a sec. I need you to put your bed in here. You're so excited. Wait. Oh! He landed headfirst into my chest. Yes, I know. You're so excited. You are haram. You are haram, little doggy. Unclean. Hey, Truth. So, just so we're clear, the name is Osama Dan Laden, okay? What? Wait, okay, stop licking my nose. I know it's a giant nose, but you gotta stop. Stop! No shock collar. No collar of any kind at all. Notice his dog doesn't need to be shocked to behave. No. My dog is a very good little puppy who knows when he's done something bad, and I don't even have to, like, raise my voice. When he goes in and eats cat food, he knows. Like, he knows it's wrong. I don't even have to say anything to him. The night from Mom Donnie's party. Dude, we were talking about that on Wednesday, how hilarious it was. Like, Bro showed up thinking he'd get like the red carpet treatment and got completely like basically it was crazy because how he doesn't realize that Mamdani realizes that this dude is bad press for him. It's insane. My dog got drool on my shooting glasses. That's cool. Thanks, Bourbon. All right. Let's go ahead and take care of some business real quicker. Because I just realized in all of this mess with moving and not making videos regularly and not streaming regularly that I have completely fallen off of being a shill. And it sucks because these are two sites, two companies I actually like shilling for, and I never, ever, ever, ever get around to it anymore. So, real quick, guys, I actually own one of these at work. I bought them at a PC, even though I've built 3 computers here at home because of convenience and reliability, and I have one of these at work. So if you guys need a PC, check out MetaPC's link down below, code down below. Also, if you guys have not picked up Arc Raiders yet, I was just thinking about this the other day because I was going to possibly pick up this game to stream. Arc Raiders on Instant Gaming is cheaper right now. Standard Edition $34.70, Deluxe Edition $50.89. Both in stock for Steam PC download on Instant Gaming. If you use my link down below, it puts a few pennies in my pocket as well. So, just wanted to throw that out there for you guys. All right, let's get into. Hang on, let me get this music killed off. Let's get into some of this Grand Theft Auto stuff because this is crazy. I'm finding out things about Grand Theft Auto and the game getting delayed and how much it's actually costing them that is mind blowing. So, pretty sure most everybody who's here has probably already heard this, but you know, Grand Theft Auto's been delayed, right? I've been trying to hook you up with arc links. I know, man. You've been trying to hook me up with like don't lose your gear, don't lose your shit early in game, save yourself, and I already blew it, man. I already played the server slam and lost all my crap. It's okay. I played a few raids with some randoms, and I came out on the other end unscathed. So if I buy the game, I'm not starting off from behind. That's what she said. Giggity. All right. Let me get to full screen here. Hang on a sec. Let me see. Where the hell's that at? There it is. It's quite symbolic with the vest you're wearing. You know, man, it's not a suicide vest. It's not an explosive vest. It's a magazine carrier. That's it. It even has the little attachment on the bottom for my IFAK or whatever they call it. Best slaves because they had to axe a bunch of the on the nose woke propaganda. I mean, I don't even know. So okay. We had this announcement that the game is of course delayed, right? Then you have people talking about it's funny because this is Legacy Killer saying it's funny looking back and seeing that absolutely no one believed GTA 6 was going to release in May. I think that's pretty spot on. But more interesting now is an insider claiming that GTA 6 is content ready and doesn't expect another release date delay. I think this is probably fairly accurate. It's from Tom Henderson, and I've got a quote from him on another tweet we're going to pull up in a second here. Tom Henderson over at Insider Gaming does a pretty decent job, I would say. It says, after digesting the latest GTA 6 release date delay, many fans are wondering how much more development time remains. Tom Henderson of Insider Gaming has heard that the Rockstar Games project is content ready because the game only requires final touches. He anticipates that GTA 6 will finally launch in November of 2026. He has been reliable when predicting GTA 6 news. Verified leaks include warning audiences prior to the latest postponement. His comments also align with Take-Two Interactive CEO Strauss Zelnick's explanation during a recent earnings call. According to Zelnick, more time is required to polish to ensure the title releases in its best possible form. What is woke propaganda? I don't know. I don't know if I buy into the fact that people are saying it's got woke propaganda. We'll see.
It is like this tangible thing that you can point to and say, hey man, I love you. This many dollars worth.
We getting Osama Dan Laden before GTA 5 open mouth smile.
Well, before
rolling on the
GTA
floor
6, but I know what
laughing.
you're saying, dude. Oh my god. The funny thing is, my kids don't play GTA, obviously, because I'm not that kind of parent that lets my kids play that, especially at their age. You know, maybe when they get a little bit older. I know what you meant, Luigi. No worries, dude. Hey, Susano. But it is funny because I was talking to my wife on the phone today. I'm like, oh yeah, tell my son that, you know, GTA 6 got delayed. And she told him, he's like, oh yeah, of course it did. I'm like, he's not even gonna play it, but he's aware enough of the fact that it's a kind of a meme at this point. The GTA 6 is never coming out, you know? At least outside of the money this is gonna cost many others. Yeah. So it says, of course, what content ready means for a game is a matter of debate. Rockstar Games may have rendered the bulk of its graphics and recorded the necessary voice acting. A playable build could even exist, closely guarded by the company's stringent security. Still, publishers also use the term polish casually when large parts of a game may need reworking. I've seen this before, and I can't think of the game specifically. And thanks again for the two, Luigi. I appreciate you, dude. Where they say, oh no, we just need to fix a few things, polish a few things, and then the game comes out and it's like a buggy, broken mess, right? It's happened before. During the Insider Gaming podcast, Henderson highlighted how determined Rockstar is to squash any bugs. Compared to past eras, some developers are more willing to launch a game in an unfinished state. Yeah, that's not even a joke. My God, there are so many games that release broken. So what's crazy about this is what this means, and this is, of course, from Pirate Nation quoting Tom Henderson. Rockstar won't release GTA 6 if there is even one glitch in the game. The delay will cost Take-Two an extra $60 million in development costs, meaning $10 million per month. So this is going to cost them $60 million for this one delay. So that means if they have to delay it again for any reason that might come up, it's going to cost an additional, likely similar amount of $10 million a month. The amount of money that they are throwing at this game, I made a joke under this post here. I'm like, okay, so this is going to be the first $200 game, right? It's like, at what point do we stop thinking about this being a $100 game and realize that there's probably going to be games in the next couple of years, based on these projections, based on the amount they're spending on this, that cost well over $100 on launch day? And I'm not talking like deluxe or special edition. I'm just talking once 100 is the new quadruple A expectation, it's going to get even worse. Am I going to stream it when it comes out? No, man. I don't play GTA, and it's not like a moral issue with the game. Back when I was a kid, I wasn't allowed to play it. But I just don't have any interest in it because I didn't play it when I was younger. I have no desire to play it. Joking with a lady friend that we're going to be running the old folks home like Bonnie and Clyde with blue pill when GTA 7 drops so we can rub wrinkles. Oh my God, man. Yeah, no, that's something. Let me change this. Hang on a second. Where are we at here? Top, I don't want top chat. I want live chat. That's why I constantly miss things. My God, I'm a boomer when it comes to YouTube. Holy crap. Do you find the anti-woke crowd odd with this IP? I really don't think it'll matter if the game is. Yeah, I mean, the thing about it is, if we're being perfectly honest, whether there's wokeness in the game or not, the game's always been a parody. So good luck determining whether or not the gay character or the trans character or the non-binary or the excessive amount of diversity in the game. Good luck whether you want to prove that it's like some sort of diversity push and a DEI initiative, or if it's just the game make a parody of those people. So again, I don't really care too much one or the other. It's not a franchise or a series that I have much use for. Like I said, I have zero history playing these games. So for me personally, it doesn't affect me one way or the other. But that being said, I found this tweet here from this guy, Akash Gupta. I have no idea who he is. Large account, very large account. Says Take-Two just vaporized $3.2 billion in market cap to buy 6 months of polish. And this was a thing that happened. Their stock plummeted after this announcement, right? The math here is wild. They're essentially paying $17 million per day of delay to avoid shipping a game that might underperform a $7 billion launch window. This tells you everything about how Rockstar views execution risk. They're not optimizing for time to market, they're optimizing for a single variable, launch quality. Because in their model, a flawed GTA 6 doesn't just underperform, it destroys 15 years of franchise equity and tanks the entire live service roadmap. The interesting part is every other AAA publisher is watching this and thinking we can't afford to do that. Rockstar can, and that gap is only getting wider. They already got bullied to not make fun of Transformers in GTA 5. Yeah, I remember something about that, hearing something about something to do with with trans people and whatnot. Yeah, this is crazy. This right here, if you look at like what happened with Ubisoft, and Ubisoft recently has come out um talking about how, oh, we did fine, we just ignored the haters and didn't take it too seriously, despite the fact that their stock plummeted and they canceled a potential game after Shadow. It's like, come on, guys. Rockstar lives in a world of billions. Yeah, it's not even on the same planet as some of these other AAA companies. It's insane. Oh, here was another one that happened. David Jaffe. I don't know if you guys saw this. This is that asshole that, made God of War and has since become a complete like left-wing lunatic activist. There was this guy, I think. Don't know who it is. Not even a big account on Twitter. One person I follow follows this guy. He's a Twitch partner, plays Call of Duty Warzone, right? And he put out this post and said, "You bought me my first Xbox. If it wasn't for you, I would have never fallen in love with the game. Next week, I get to compete in the race to Master Prestige for Black Ops 7. I bought 2 controllers so you can play along from up there." And there's a picture of his dad's grave with a couple Xbox controllers. Really nice and sentimental. Even Xbox, put a couple little hearts right there or whatever. Then you see David Jaffe's post, "This is an Xbox." Obviously making a joke about Xbox being dead, right? Because this guy has passed away. The amount of people that have been destroying him in the comments is legendary, all right? He came back immediately and starts going, "And before you come at me, losing parents suck. Both my mom and dad are dead, and I miss them all the time, but I can still laugh about shit, and they would have as well. Joking aside, though, sorry for your loss. It does get easier. We're lucky to have had parents we loved. We all go through it, and that certainly beats the alternative. Be well, sir." Then he followed it up and said, "Oh, shut up, you effing babies. My parents are dead as well. It sucks. And even when they died, my dad died on Halloween, and you can bet we laughed about it. We tried to accept and grieve and mourn, and at the same time, we did become a bunch of overly serious assholes." But dude, the amount of people down below who are just completely shitting all over him is incredible. This cat is high risk, not getting into why. There's no way Jaffe Cakes was the driving force behind God of War. He's just too soy. I mean, Black Cat, allegedly he was the guy, right? Yeah, Jaffe's just too much. I thought that the delay was because of unionizing the employees. Is that true? I don't know, Lucia. I mean, But here's the thing. David Jaffe wants to spin this as it's a joke. We all have to, deal with death. And this guy, I'm sure, understands it was a joke. It's like this guy might have been like he might still be grieving, like heavily grieving and mourning his dad's loss, or his loss of his dad, right? He was also fired per a show he was on due to talking about his boss's wife's private parts on stream. Oh my God. That makes sense, because when I saw David Jaffe streaming with Alyssa Mercante and basically saying how he would totally F her, and it's like, dude, first off, isn't David Jaffe married? Like, if we're being clear, I'm pretty sure he's married. I know he's got a kid that is trans and all that stuff. So, Hamas Piker? No, it's Osama Dan Laden. I know not everyone knows my name is Daniel, but it's Osama Dan Laden. But yeah, I had the shooting glasses on. I had magazines, my actual AR magazines in my magazine carrier on Halloween when I decided not to actually stream. It was between the shooting glasses and my knockoff Ray-Bans I've got over there. They're like Champions or something. Keemstar fired him live on stream. Wait. Keemstar. When did David Jaffe work for Keemstar? What? Cage, are you serious? Wait, I did not know that David Jaffe ever worked with Keemstar. People talk the way they talk. Just to be clear, I don't care that what he did. It's due to him making it public. Sure. No, I mean, like, people can say all sorts of messed up shit, and if it's in the context of joking and all that, that's, I guess, that's fine. It's really funny because people who hate each other, like K-Med here and Endymion, both shitting on David Jaffe. That's pretty hilarious. Why don't you Game Pass away already? Oh my God. Oh man. Yeah, Danny Pena super lefty individual telling him this isn't cool. I saw Paris in another post saying it. What made you say this? Very halal. Yes. Alamudala. Amadulila? I can say inshallah. I don't know. When do I enter paradise? Well, I've probably had too much bacon today, so never. I had a bacon cheeseburger a couple days ago. Search Jaffe fired live on stream. Should I search on my computer or let me search on the computer and see what I can find. Hang on. Let me try to bring it up here. Jaffe fired live on stream on air. Wait, he was on LolCow Live? Are you serious? What? 5 months ago? I'm so confused. When did this happen?
Hey, so
What the? Okay, hang on. Let's look at this. I'm working on it. Truth. I've got it right up here. In fact, let me switch to the bigger screen. That way, it's easier to see. Audio.
what's your opinion about Savage getting booted? I have some grievancy with Billy and Xylee.
Her fans were suggesting, there was a bit of an IRL doxing kind of thing that she was associated with. Apparently, it had reared its head one too many times.
Why is it so
for King
fuzzy?
To feel comfortable keeping her on the network, which I totally understand. So, assuming I'm understanding the story correctly, I get it. I mean, unless I'm not understanding the story correctly.
Yeah, and have you heard about the whole thing about her showing her titty at Fat Camp?
I don't think it was her titty; it was her vagina.
No, he said kitty.
Well, yeah, that's what I was
Like kitty
saying.
cat.
Oh,
Her
you said
vagina,
kitty.
heard
I
about
thought
that,
you
right?
said titty. Okay.
No,
Yeah,
yeah, kitty.
I did hear about that. I don't think that's a fireable offense. I mean, I'm all for it.
Yeah, did you know there were other women at Fat Camp that showed their titties as well? Yeah, there's evidence.
Who else showed their vaginas?
Brantley did. Keemstar's girlfriend,
Who did?
100% did.
Who did she show them to?
She showed them to Kid Behind the Camera, 100% proven. Tech for tech, if you go to...
The language in this is rough. I'm just having a hard time with how bad the video quality is. Like, it's super fuzzy. I don't know if that's who uploaded it or if it's just the quality of David Jaffe's webcam. But I'm going to jump forward in the video because they got Keemstar popping in here, it looks like. This is about it's about Keemstar's wife or girlfriend. Yeah.
Bunny, it is their business, but they talked about it publicly. So we're allowed to have
It's
opinions
part
about
of,
something.
when you're on the fucking stage, which is, I think it's been very well defined what the stages are of the LolCow universe. You're on the stage. It's open season to comment on your content.
But to talk about it further, that's something I don't care about because that's their business.
those
I
are
don't
the-
care.
Here's the weird part. I know that Keemstar is not like some ultra right-wing conservative guy, but Keemstar has been very, like, as far as I remember, very vocally, like, pro-Trump, pro-MAGA and stuff. And David Jaffe is, like, super lefty. And well, to be fair, Boogie's also a lefty, I'm pretty sure. So I guess Keem does a decent job at least bringing people on to work for him, even if they disagree politically and stuff.
Yeah,
I don't think will prove everything I said.
All right, well, we'll look them up later. Thank you, buddy.
There we go. We were
Dude,
just
are you guys actually like fucking serious?
we were just now talking about your wife's vagina, sir.
Are you serious? Because I think that's like that's so out of control.
Well, wait a minute. Wait a minute. That's not.
Do you think I'm just like going to be okay with like?
Do you have the
one of my
context?
shows over
Of
here saying all
course.
this shit?
Well, here's the context.
Oh, of course I'm going to be okay with it.
Listen,
no, I'm not okay with
well,
it.
you don't know what you're not okay with because you clearly don't have the context. Somebody called
All
in.
I know is you let some caller call into the show.
Are you saying what he called and said is not accurate? He called and said that Kid Behind the Camera at Groundhog Day at Fat Camp because he was.
How did I miss this entire thing? If this was only like 6 months ago, I was still regularly like uploading to YouTube and watching YouTube and paying attention to like how did this happen? And I had no idea. I mean, I'm subscribed to Locale Live. I don't actually watch it very often, like if ever, but this is insane. Yeah, Hook, I was talking with, I think I was in Words of Paradise's chat yesterday, talking about second coming, the second, presidential cycle for Trump, and how Trump 2.0 has not been successful in my view. Very not a fan of Trump 2.0 this go around for a lot of reasons. One of them being the Epstein thing and the gaslighting crap. So it's interesting. It's very interesting. Yeah, Cage, I don't know how I missed all of this.
was upset that Savage got fired for showing her vagina, and I said she did not get fired for that. She got fired because Keem had seen a bunch of evidence to suggest people weren't safe, blah, blah, blah. Okay. And then he said, yes, but what about kid behind the camera on camera saying that Brantley, he had come back and seen her vagina? And I said, well, I don't really care.
Literally not true. That's literally not true.
And that's what we said.
We would have to see it.
And that's
Like,
what
who
we...
Who the fuck is the guy? Who's the guy?
I don't know, but he said he's going to give us a clip.
You don't know the guy that called into your show, Jaffe?
I have his number.
Do
I
you
can call
really
him
not
back.
know?
I have
Do
his
you
phone
really
number.
not know the guy that
No.
called into your show?
No, it's a phone. I don't know. I have his number. I can
It's
find
a phone. Okay, so you mean to tell me that you're letting random fucking retards call into this show
Yes.
and spew shit about my fucking future wife?
Absolutely.
That's what you mean to tell me? When we set up a safe fucking whole Discord so you don't have random retards.
So I will say, I mean, Keem actually sounds legitimately mad, but I mean, in my opinion, the way that they've done things on Locale Live, every time they have Boogie crash out, every time he destroys his desk, every time they have him go out there and make an ass out of himself and stuff, I don't buy any of it for a second. To me, it all feels like it's just scripted, which I'm sure 90% of it is, you know. In this one situation, Keem actually sounds like legitimately angry, which is crazy.
Calling into the show,
That-
saying dumb shit.
But that is the entertainment, Keemstar.
I'll tell you
right?
what the fucking entertainment is.
Yeah.
You're fired. Madhouse is canceled.
Okay.
Suck a dick.
Okay, no worries. But here's what you do need to understand, though. This guy,
Here's what you need to
this guy
understand.
says,
Bye.
this guy says he has a clip, and
Yeah,
so
he doesn't, retard.
So let's say
God,
he-
you're dumb.
But let's
You're
say
fucking dumb,
let's
Jaffe.
say he does.
So Madhouse was a pretty
Oh my god, that's awesome. Oh god, then they've got Review Tech USA on here. Holy crap. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I'd never seen that. I'd never heard that. That's crazy. I'm a little confused though, because I didn't realize up until David Jaffe kind of made like a spectacle out of himself, getting into it with Veridark and making this whole public scene last year, how, I guess, seriously David Jaffe takes his internet personality, his presence online, because all of a sudden it was, oh yeah, the guy who's the former director of God of War, guy who's one of the former, creators of this series. Oh yeah, he also streams and this and that. And then I saw it and I'm like, oh, he's got a huge following, right? I had no idea. I don't know why, and I don't want to give David Jaffe like any credit at all, like as a human being, as anybody worth respecting. Why would you debase yourself and lower yourself to the level of participating in the whole Locale Live thing? Because let's be fair and honest about it. The Keemstar, Drama Alert, Locale Live, it is like bottom tier reality TV garbage level entertainment, right? They used to have a type of celebrity back in the day who's still living off of it. But I don't understand. Is David Jaffe hurting for money that bad? Is he just hurting for attention? Why would he have ever like... And again, I don't want to give the guy more credit than he deserves, or more... He was horny for Vera. Yeah, no, that was a thing. That was a thing for a minute. I mean, he was horny for Vera. He was horny for Alyssa Mercante. He's a horny old man. Created God of War and Twisted Metal, then became a left-wing cuck. It's what it seems. I'm just struggling to understand how and why. No idea. Had fame, didn't like it. Well, I mean, the thing is, dude, I would never want to be famous. And here I am on the internet putting myself out there, but I'm not doing it to be like, oh yeah, I want to be the next Mr. Beast. I want to be the next Asmongold. 80,000 viewers a day watching me and everyone knowing who I am and having to worry about getting doxxed and people showing up. That's not what I'm looking for, you know? He's Mercanti's pick. Jaffe's worth like $4 million bucks. That's a pretty good retirement right there. Biggest problem with fame is no one tells you no. I'd take it one step further. I think the bigger problem is that everyone tells you yes. Not just that they don't tell you no, but that people enable you to expect that everyone else is going to say yes, right? That people expect you to just give everyone what they want. But that was a good find, Cage. I had no idea about any of that. So yeah, that's in a nutshell. David Jaffe getting destroyed for once again having terrible, terrible, terrible takes. Never put Mr. Beast in the same sentence as Asmon. I am simply talking about not societal impact, but you know what I'm saying, like as far as like actual level of fame and influence. You also have to get to deal with people thinking they know you and they only know a small part about you. Yeah, well, that's fair. It is fame, but very niche fame. You're not a movie star known by millions across the world. And see, that is true, Ducking. I will say that there is still a significant difference, even with people who have 10 million subscribers on YouTube, who have people who know them. I mean, Asmongold's talked about how he'll occasionally get seen out in public and some will recognize him. But people that recognize Asmongold, it's not the same thing as if Harrison Ford back in his heyday was out in public. Everybody would recognize him. I think that's also, though, because we have, especially with the internet nowadays, with micro celebrities and e-celebrities, with internet culture being its own thing, you have much smaller groups of people that kind of break off and they have their own little niche cult-like following. And so you have specifically people who are famous, but they're only famous within this like micro culture, if you will. I don't want credit for this. I'm venting. No worries, dude. I'm just saying, I didn't even realize that was a thing. I don't know how I missed that. You know? It's just crazy. I really do. I'm decompressing from this being brought up yesterday. This same thing. Because I actually hadn't even heard about this, and this is months old now, apparently. So this, though, this tweet I have brought up on the screen is apparently from a game called Misery. Have you guys heard of this game? Misery? Apparently, it was a game that was supposed to be coming out like in a week. You can see from this Gaming on Linux, it says Misery is a new roguelite, stalker-like co-op survival game to play with friends, designed to look like a game from retro consoles. Set in a post-apocalyptic exclusion zone, you have to scavenge abandoned locations, survive deadly anomalies and mutants, and try to survive another day in solo or with friends, 5 players total. And yeah, it looks like a retro game. I'm not big on the graphics and the art design for me personally. It's like, I'd rather the game look like Minecraft than this. I'm not a big fan of this. Retro could be cool, but to be honest, this just doesn't look like me, right? It was out October 23rd, because this was dated the 27th of October, this article here, and I think it had a week to release. I could be wrong, but I was pretty sure it was going to be coming out a week after this article. But anyways, going back to this post, from Marshall Bohemian, that says, so it looks like GSC Game World, the developers of Stalker, have forced Steam to take down the game Misery for currently unknown reasons. They must be mad since Misery is a better game than Stalker 2. No, the Steam listing is pulled. It's down. Yeah, the dog laid down, but now the cats are yelling at each other. So this post right here from Maywing Official at Misery on Discord here says, effing GSK Gay World send us strike for weird shit. Just look at the claims of those retards. We will fight right now to return our game back. And then, of course, it has it in, I believe, Russian here. Now, I think the importance of this, a lot of people are pointing out that while a lot of people are saying that maybe they were just using like this game as an asset flip, it was too similar to Stalker. Other people are claiming that this game, Misery, is being developed by Russians and Stalker is Ukrainian, and so that could be a reason for them having it taken down. Lo-Fi Stalker 2, I'm interested. I mean, I don't know. I was never big into the Stalker franchise. I tried Stalker 2 on my computer. It made my computer run like a potato. I could probably run it now with my 9060, no problem, but at the time I was using my old graphics card and that was not having it. Let's see. Big Fry says developer from Misery has reached out on this situation. I've also reached out to my contact at GSC, who apparently doesn't work there anymore. He asked for comments. I checked his profile. Big Fry had not gotten any updates, at least that he shared on here. Somebody says, I'm going to guess for copyright reason, but if it is, why didn't they take down Stallcraft? There are more Stalker elements there than Misery. I don't know if you guys know about Stallcraft. Stallcraft is the game that is like Minecraft and Stalker had a baby. I haven't been paying attention to this part of intelligence for about a year now. Yeah, I don't know, but this is something that just kind of came across my radar today, so I bookmarked it to bring up today. So yeah, very, very curious. While I like Atomic Heart, that game is one example of what I'm on about. Stallcraft is interesting. I tried playing it. I just really couldn't get into it myself. I just didn't care. There was something about the game that was just missing something, some element of the game that just wasn't appealing to me. You can see the Steam community here for Misery says we are under attack, and this was at 6:25 my time here. Today we received 2 pieces of news. One, we won a community popular vote at the DevGam Awards, surpassing juggernauts like HOM, Olden Era. Very good game, so thank you for support. Another, GSC Game World attacked Misery with a DMCA strike, and the store page is now suspended, so you cannot buy the game at the moment. So, okay, the game must have already been out. Says in their claim, they state that Misery infringes on their IP and that players' reviews mention Stalker, which means it hurts their interest. Dude, you can legit say this game reminds me of this other game that isn't as good, and so buy this game instead. There's nothing wrong with that. Like, are you serious right now? That's crazy. Anyways, it says that's absolutely untrue, and we'll fight back to reinstate Misery on Steam. Misery is a completely different concept happening in the fictional Republic of Zaslavy, and it has nothing to do with the Stalker universe, Chernobyl, etc. Misery uses no characters, plot, storyline, assets, monsters, music, code, etc. from their games. It's all either originally created or legally licensed. We also think this is an abuse of power against small independent developers by a large corporation, and it should not be a thing. We do not pose any threat to GSC or their IP. We do not compete with their games, nor do we use any of their IP. Of course, Misery was inspired by many things, including games, movies, and books, but filing a DMCA strike for that is wrong. We also want to remind GSC that their game draws heavily from Roadside Picnic and the Stalker movie by Tarkovsky, and they do not own the copyright on depressive Soviet-era buildings, playing guitar, vodka, radiation, or abandoned locations, or even the poo. We are 100% sure this misunderstanding will be resolved. Misery will be back on Steam very soon, and we will see many amazing updates and new content. This is very unfortunate and painful for us, both mentally and financially, but the development continues. All the updates will be delivered on time, and soon we can play Misery again. Thank you for your support. GSC can suck it. That's kind of how I feel about it. Like, this is pretty bullshit, in my opinion. Remember Songwon Cho? I do not remember that. At least it's not ringing any bells. My only stance on this, by the way, is that if it doesn't matter to me, I'm not working in the government, nor with anything classified. I mean, the way I look at it, I'm not going to play the game, so it doesn't affect me either. But the way I look at it is the game doesn't seem to straight up rip off Stalker. And like they said, Stalker doesn't own the rights to have rundown buildings and Russian, inspired elements in their games. So I don't understand. Don't mean offense, they're just video games. Oh no, man, there's a reality that we've talked about this before. There is a reality that on one side, these are things that don't affect very many people, like, again, wokeness in video games, there's nothing wrong with caring about it, but you can also compare it to like that UPS plane crashing and 7 people dying and stuff. And obviously that the UPS plane crashing is a bigger deal in context. However, that doesn't mean you can't care about both things just in their own way. So I don't think it would be offensive to anybody. Let me see here. All right, so let's get to the good one. This is the one that I was really excited to talk about because despite my good intentions, I have not covered any of the stuff from Twitch in the past 2 months. I wanted to cover Hassan and Kaya. I wanted to make videos on that. Then there was the whole thing with Nina Lin, Amiru with the guy at TwitchCon in general, Asmongold telling people not to go to TwitchCon, like all this stuff. Like this was this huge thing where I just didn't have time to sit down and actually pick one piece of this and cover it on either of my channels, right? Who's our Polski friend in our community again? I have a question for him. That would be a Vernum's in Poland. If it's not a Vernum, who I see in practically every stream that I watch throughout the course of my day, he's always there, then it's somebody else. But I'm pretty sure it's a Vernum. So if he pops in here, you have to ask him. I think he's the Polish one. Same nonsense that was going on at the Comic-Con in the US, yeah. Voice actor who got piled on for his terrible take on voice acting. Oh, yeah, you're right. Yep, the dude that was that he pulled the ladder up behind him. He was like, you know, Asians should get Asian roles, or white people shouldn't get these roles, but then he voiced a character who was white. Yes, exactly. Not a Vernum? I could have sworn it was a Vernum. Let me see here. It's trafficking, SA, etc. related. You don't allow this to go on at any event, venue, or otherwise, let alone on your platform. Yeah, but for some weird reason, Dan Clancy and Twitch get a pass. The most ineffective, worthless CEO that has ever existed. How much does... Hang on, I want to see something. I want to see something if we can find this out in real time. I'm very curious. What is Dan Clancy's salary? Dan Clancy's specific salary is not public. His total compensation likely includes a base salary plus stock options. That would make sense. Information is limited, but some sources suggest an estimated salary of around $212,000 annually. Though this is likely an average and not specific. So let's assume he's somewhere in the ballpark of $250,000 for his salary. Right? Like, that's insane. These aren't false claims about what was going on, by the way. They're also hella old. Granted, I think no one cared because it was targeting males. Yeah, this is the hypocrisy we're going to get into with this Nina Lynn chick and everything else, that they just don't seem to care when it happens to guys. He's getting dunked again after they revealed his role in the upcoming high... Wait, whoa. Truth. Wait, what did I miss? That Songwon Cho guy is in the new Hyrule the fighting game. I had no idea he was in that. Huh. You thought it'd be more? Well, it's just an estimation. It's just an assumption. It's just them trying to fill in the pieces based on, I'm sure, it's AI. It's trying to like piece together information from comparable positions people have, right? But I would imagine, even if that is true, that that's his base salary or whatever, Nina Lynn's a transformer. I have had my thoughts on that, Quillpig. I have truly been wondering that myself. Like, not gonna lie, it's crossed my mind, especially when I've heard this person, Nina Lynn, speak. All right, so on the Emiru, I'm not sure how to pronounce her name. I don't watch her. Please play anything with Nina Lynn talking. She can kick all our ass. Talks like a man, moves like a man, acts like a man. Yeah. So now the cat wants in. I'm not letting you in, Tucker. You figure out your own way in, buddy. All right. So Twitch decided to come out today with this response, finally, regarding this entire thing that happened with Emiru over at TwitchCon. Said, we want to follow up on the post we recently made about a security incident at TwitchCon San Diego. As many of you know, at the 2025 TwitchCon San Diego event, one of our value creators, Emiru, was assaulted by an attendee during a meet and greet. No, assaulted by a Twitch streamer, and then they only suspended the guy for like a couple of weeks. And it took them, I want to say, a couple of days to even take care of the entire thing, right? Can't stand that wretched... Dude, it is the craziest thing. Asian women doing a black scent is going to be like, it's the worst thing ever. Well, he's the cat that will actually, he'll jump up on the kitchen counter behind me and come through the little pass through if I don't let him in here. So I'll hear this giant thud when his 12-pound body jumps down in a minute, I'm sure. Let me see here. Although Twitch works very hard wrong to try to keep TwitchCon attendees safe and prevent incidents like this from happening, we failed to do both things in this case to keep her safe and to prevent the assault from happening. We deeply regret the distress we caused her, our other creators, and the entire community. In recognition of her advocacy, Twitch will be making a donation to support nonprofit organizations working to prevent SA. More details on that to follow soon. Immediately got a community note that says Twitch has lied on several occasions regarding the incident, letting the assailant go after the attack and withholding evidence from authorities. This is incompetence. Dan Clancy called Amira a friend despite going on to victim blame her and was out partying during all this. Asmongold even came in and said, how can we expect you to take assault seriously at your events if you can't even ban people who've committed assault 4 times on 2 separate people on your platform? We'll get to that in a second because that's Nina Lynn. Then we've got Dan Clancy, the old hippie wannabe. Like, I don't know. I don't know if it's that he wants to be young again, so he hangs out with girls that are a third of his age or what. This dude was like a Microsoft guy, I guess. Dan Clancy has like a computer technology background. I don't know why or how he is the CEO of a streaming website. Hey, Empress. Good morning to you. Let's see. This reminds me of that one South Park episode. Nice. And don't worry, Empress, I'm not going jihadist on you. I have not converted. This is just my Halloween costume I didn't get to wear last week, so Osama bin Laden for one night. And you know what? Here's the thing, guys. I don't do the grift streams. I don't do the money tier thing that everyone else does, tier 1, tier 2. But in the future, I'm not going to send the tunic and this thing. I love this. This scarf is really nice quality. Actually, I'm going to keep this for sure. I might use this as a, we have a night where I do decent on donations for the stream. Maybe I'll bring it back or something. I don't know. Well, I'm just going to hang on to it. We'll see what we do with that later on. Okay, good, Empress. I'm not coming to invade your country. Don't worry. We're not going to have a revival of the Ottoman Empire or anything like that. All right. So Dan Clancy, CEO here over at Twitch, says Twitch failed in our response to the assault of Amiru at 2025 TwitchCon San Diego, and in particular, I failed to communicate clearly in talking about the incident afterwards during an interview. I do not believe and in no way intended to suggest that Amiru had any responsibility whatsoever for the incident at TwitchCon, and again, he did kind of victim blame her. You wouldn't jump in a hot tub for 5K donations in a single night? Oh, hell yes, I would. 100%. 1,000%. There's not much I wouldn't do for $5,000. I'm not even kidding. This is incompetence because I've worked security. None of the people at that event actually cared or had anyone with any confidence on how to manage staff or clients and enforce policy. 100%. 100%. Because Black Cat, Twitch is hands off, or Amazon's hands off with Twitch. They just don't do anything. They do nothing. They just don't care. It's just not something that they would actually have any desire to fix. Obviously, they've been losing money on Twitch since they purchased it, and they don't seem to give a rat's ass to step in and try to fix it. I have a great deal of empathy for what creators such as Amira have to deal with every day. I was trying to express that, and I did that poorly. I am sorry I let you down, and I'm sorry Twitch let you down. We appreciate all that you have done over the years on Twitch, and we are committed to continuing to improve our TwitchCon security processes and communications so that we can show up better for you and all of our creators moving forward. I love it. Somebody wants a community note on this one, but I'm not sure what they wanted to say. Oh, it's from Master of the TDS. Let's see. What did he have to say? A woman sexually assaulted 2 men live on your platform, and you hit her with a 1-day ban, then a week. Okay, so we're getting back to Nina Lynn here. I don't want to jump the gun too much on this. How is it the same security over and over, not doing anything? Yeah, it's crazy. I mean, maybe they like watching money burn. I don't know. Everyone's got a weird kink, right? Everyone's got their own thing they're into. So getting into that. Nina Lynn, the woman, person, I think it's a woman. If it's not a woman, then I guess good job with the makeup and cosmetics. I don't know. Like, I'm pretty sure Nina Lynn's a woman, but then you hear her speak and it's a little uncomfortable to listen to for a lot of reasons. Something happens, you call the police. Yeah, no, you definitely call the police. I mean, ducking. I'm almost with you on that because when I heard Nina speak, I'm like, how is that a female? It just doesn't sound right. But yeah, Volo says call a woman fat, 2-week ban. Talking about Tectone. I mean, Asmongold got a 2-week ban for saying he didn't care about what's going on in Palestine. Again, that's his own opinion. He should be allowed to say whatever he wants as long as he's not advocating for violence. But he got a 2-week ban for that. Twitch might be the worst app ever. 100% agree. Again, I don't have any viewership on Twitch, so I'm not even worried about it. But it would be hilarious if this right here is what got me finally banned from Twitch. This might be the key to actually get a Twitch ban. We'll see. I don't know. I don't think everyone does have their own kink. I like vanilla ice cream. Fair enough. There are some people who have no kinks whatsoever. Every time YouTube does something dumb, I just remember that Twitch exists and now all is forgiven. I mean, right. It's Twitch by comparison. I mean, YouTube by comparison, when we talk about Twitch, it seems like such a based platform. Although it's not, and we all know it's not, and it's censorious as hell, and doesn't know its ass from its brain most days. But it just by comparison seems to be put together so much better. Isn't she even white? What the F isn't she allowed to stream? Didn't she admit to abusing her brother? Oh, dude. So, okay. I'm going to pull up a Moist Critical video in a second. And to be fair, I have not seen it. It's like 16 minutes long. Hopefully it's actually informative because there was a lot of clips of this woman that I was going to play on the stream. And I think he has the ones on there that are pertinent. But yes, Nina Lynn, in some sort of weird interview documentary thing she did not too long ago, admitted to beating the crap out of her brother till the point that that CPS got involved, up to the age where they were like both teenagers. She's insane. This person is legitimately nuts. Guy literally picked me up in the club and I was hitting him from above so he can let me go. The club security got angry at both of us. What? They didn't like come to your defense? Really? That's insane. Pretty feet, pretty kid. I didn't know that was a rule, man. All right, well, now I know. All right, Tectone says, sexual assault live on stream, 1-week ban. You all are not angry enough about this. Yeah, all right. So let's go ahead and play. Let's go ahead and do the Moist Critical video. This is why I recommend Mace at all times. I mean, I recommend people stay strapped. Mace only does so much good, but, you know, it's better than nothing. But, yeah, it's like one of those things where if you legally or easily can, you know, staying strapped is the best way to go. But so if any of you guys don't like Moist Critical, I'm not a big fan. He's kind of like a moderate centrist, says whatever the correct opinion is at the time. I apologize in advance, but I mean, he does have a video on this, so I wanted to play it, and we kind of go through it together. So, carry flashbangs. There you go. My sister doesn't go out unless she has that minimum mace on her. Yeah. The guy was an ex-boyfriend of my friend, and he was super drunk. I was fighting him off the whole time, and no one cared. That's messed up. I'm immune to mace and most peppers. See, that's what I'm saying. Hang on a sec. Went out. You know, I need to put a little doggy door. Oh, I gotta put a little doggy door in this office or something if they're gonna keep doing this back and forth thing. I mean, Empress, I haven't gone to a club or a bar in I don't know how long. Like, ever. Ever in the longest time. Intoxication can prevent it from working on some people. That's more what I'm thinking, Susano, is like, depending how drunk you are, I can imagine it wouldn't be very effective. So... all right, let's go ahead and get the video going. Hang on a sec. Moist is a cleaner, younger version of Asmon. Seems like he takes less drugs than Styx, but is also interesting. No other differences noted. Yeah, I think, no, the difference is Asmon is, from my personal take from watching some of his content, he's more likely to say something offensive to piss people off and not care. Moist Critical, he's the one that came out when his debate against Sneeko went south and was talking about trans kids. And it's like did not want to say trans kids don't exist. He didn't want to go against the grain on that one. So yeah, I don't know. That they're both centrists, center left leaning people, but I think Moist Critical is far more worried about saying the correct thing. I could be wrong about that though.
Butter in the top shelf cabinet in my kitchen, I just can't get it. I truly don't understand what is going on with Twitch that just leads them to making the worst decisions so brazenly. Like, they have to have the orb of confusion somewhere in the office up there, and it is just wreaking havoc on their brains. It is incomprehensible. There is a streamer, her name is Nina.
Now, I do want to say that this is all, I mean, Nina Lynn, this is like the most recent thing, right? And the deal is, like, this is the, for some weird reason, a big name in streaming. I don't know. I can't stand most streamers, which is funny because I stream myself. But there's something about the ones who are, I would say, artificially pumped up to where they're like micro celebrities, and then you see them on the internet and you go, who gives a shit about these people, right? Like, why? Why does anybody care? I don't hate the guy, but yeah, he sits on the fence a lot, 100%. Yeah. Voice is okay, but like a wet towel, at least Asmon speaks his mind. Right, and Cage, there's a lot of times Asmon has things to say that I disagree with. But my point about Nina Lynn is she's not the first. We've had all this crap with Hassan, with the dog, all this crap going previously with look up any situation on Twitch or on Kick for that matter. Both platforms are dumpster fires with people doing all sorts of messed up things. Going back to a couple years ago where you have people straight up having like sex on camera on Twitch. They get their account banned for like a week, and then they come back with a bigger following than they had before, and you go, what are you doing, Twitch? Right? Like, what are you doing?
She has on stream, on Twitch, twice now, sexually assaulted people. I'll show you the clips because it is textbook sexual assault. And she was banned for 1 day, initially. She got a 24-hour slap on the wrist, and then she was unbanned. Which you can kind of write off maybe as a mistake on Twitch, as in, like, they didn't mean to unban her, maybe.
I disagree. Not a mistake. They had no intention of giving her more than a 1-day ban. And, as she admits later on, the ban didn't affect her at all. She's like, oh, it was like a nice little vacation. And a lot of times Twitch will do that, especially with guys like Hassan, where their ban happens on their day off.
Someone was pulling some levers in the HQ, not knowing what they did. You had someone fucking blasting away at the buttons and accidentally unbanned her because she was banned shortly thereafter again. And I think every sensible person with a functioning frontal lobe expected that to be a permanent ban because she I'm Porky Pigging right now. She sexually assaulted 2 people on stream on their platform. If you don't take that seriously, what the fuck are you going to take seriously? It's a crime. It's sexual assault. So everyone expected that one to be an indefinite ban. But
again, the issue goes back to, I agree it's assault. The issue goes back to, there's this perception that women can't assault men, that they can't physically abuse men, that they can't sexually assault them, like that. For some weird reason, things don't happen to men that can happen to women. And I understand that the majority of assaults like that, I mean, any sort of violent assault is going to be generally committed by men more than women. That's just a fact, right? But it's also a fact that it can still happen the other direction as well.
It was only a week. She is now unbanned, and she's already done a return stream. So it seems like Twitch truly only gave her a week vacation here. That's crazy.
I've heard good things about Tainted Grail. I think Cage has played it.
Pretty close to that scene in SpongeBob where they steal a balloon on Free Balloon Day, and the cops put them behind bars for 3 seconds saying, if you can't do the time, don't do the crime, and then, oh, you're free to go. That, for sexual assault, is unbelievable.
Oh my God. Saeed. Hey, come here. I got you.
Now, in this video where they're like holding him down and the one girl's trying to twerk on him, I will say the guy's smiling, right? It's obviously that he's awkward and doesn't want to tell them no. But I can remember a time when I was a guy, teenager, and girls do these kind of things where they're trying to wrestle with you and hold you down and act like they're stronger than you. And as a guy, you pretend that you hate it, but you actually like it. That's also personally just me. as a guy, I wouldn't be like, I wouldn't be shook by that. I wouldn't be disturbed by that, especially if you're single. It's like, as a guy, I'd just be like, whatever, I don't care. But if you're in a situation like this where you've got thousands of people watching you, you've already told the girl no, but you realize if you try to push back physically, it's going to look worse for you than it is for them. It's seriously, they're in a situation where there's no good way out of it, right? There's no good way out of it. There's no right answer for this guy.
Hey, come on. No, you can't. No, you can't. He's 23.
No.
He's consensual.
No, he's not consenting.
Yes, he is.
He's not even saying nothing.
No. He likes it. Yeah,
Oh, no.
Oh no, cool pick. I've seen the clip of him running away. My point is, in the moment here, he's going to be smiling because he's completely like, I don't know what to do. I'm not saying that he's actually secretly enjoying it. I'm not claiming that at all. I'm saying is in the moment when it's happening, he is simply probably at a loss for what does he do. Like, as a guy, you go, there's no way I can get out of this where I don't look like the bully. Because again, if he shoves them, hits them, pushes them, he's a guy. Even though he's a small guy, he's still a guy, right?
I don't think he wants to.
Yeah, stay right there. Stay right there. Stay right there. Stay right there. Hold on.
That was the clip that started it.
Not to mention, anytime I see black women twerking, I instantly just want to throw up. I'm sorry. You know, I don't get it. I don't care. It doesn't matter if it's a black woman, a white woman. I don't understand. Look, I like thick women. I like lots of different types of women. Twerking is not something that I will ever understand at all. Oh no, dude, I've paid attention to this stuff. I'm talking about from my personal perspective, Susanna. I'm not talking about the facts of this. I've seen all the videos. I'm saying as a guy, where if I were in the same situation, I would not be, I don't know. It's too much to unpack there. I mentioned thick. I like thick, but twerking is disgusting.
Aid is his name. He was not consenting to any of this, and Nina is the one that's like holding him while her friend twerks on him, and his friends are even saying he's not.
Okay, oh crap. Twerking can mean no class also, but it's not just about not having any class. Okay, let me back up a second. Twerking is like, you go to a strip club, you got pole dancing, right? There's no class in pole dancing either. Okay. Truth, my wife can't twerk. She's white. Okay. She told me one time, she's like, hey, yeah, one time I tried and it didn't work. I'm like, thank God. But you can be classless and still sexually provocative and attractive. For me, twerking is not even provocative and attractive. It's classless, but it's also disgusting. It's not just classless or tasteless, it's disgusting. It genuinely repulses me. It's not one of those things where you see those girls and you go, oh yeah, she's the good kind of nasty where she's dirty and this and that, but she's also, desirable. It is truly like bottom barrel, just completely just disgusting, repulsive behavior, in my opinion.
A longer clip, they throw him on the bed and start like trying to rip at his clothes. They also take his bag and start going through
like
his
going
bag.
to the zoo in public.
And this whole time he is making it very clear he does not want this and he is uncomfortable with it.
Now they got it.
Take all this off. Take it off. Hey, yo, cut the cameras. Cut the cameras. Yo, cut the cameras, bro. Don't do your shit. Look at my Louis Vuitton scarf.
God, she sounds like a man. I mean, she just sounds like a friggin' dude. And again, to the point that this goes beyond that playful guy-girl, wrestling thing. Especially like I talk about like as a teenager when girls are extra flirty and they flirt with all the guys and stuff. This goes beyond that to the level, it's like, why is this woman so insistent on dominating this guy, right? Belly dancing's okay. It doesn't do much for me. So, I don't have a problem with belly dancing. I just don't really care. It's like hula dancing. Hula dancing's cool. I just don't really care.
Come on, bitch. No outside clothes on the bed. Hold on. What's going on? You can't just forcibly take it out. Get that back. Get that bag. It's a nice,
Some people just like this.
Hold on, this is a nice bag. Yo, how much this cost? Turn around. Start off with the sock.
Eat a lot, flop the fat.
I
Yeah.
needed this. Thank you. Appreciate you.
Zoe, he's not consenting. Pretty
Belly
clear
dancing
cut
is weird as wearing
sexual
clogs in
assault
public.
here. You don't need to be Phoenix right here in order to argue why this is sexual assault. It's obvious. Yet, and this is something we've talked about in the past, a lot of people, when it comes to a man being sexually assaulted, take it very differently. So I saw when this clip was blowing up, and a lot of people I know, I've already talked about this because I'm tardy to the party, but I'm just so shocked that Twitch is not taking this seriously.
Well, it's the same way it goes. I would argue with like male stripper versus female stripper type thing. Female stripper, it's like, okay, you know, obviously shit happens behind the scenes, private rooms and private lap dances and stuff. But in general, it's like if a guy gets handsy with the dancer, he gets kicked out of the club. Male stripper, the women can be all over the guy, they're not getting kicked out. So there is a certain unfortunate element to this where it's like they just don't treat men and women the same. And to some degree, I get it because men and women are not the same. But at the same time, it's like this woman still obviously is completely out of bounds in this situation.
A lot of people were talking about how it's actually not sexual assault. It's clear he's laughing. He's going along with it. It's for content. No, it's not sexual assault. He's having a good time. In fact, he wanted it. And that's something that you see a lot when it comes to sexual assault against men, where people say, like, it's not serious, don't be a bitch. A woman can't sexually assault a man because a man always wants sex. So this is a nothing burger. You guys are making a mountain out of a molehill. This isn't sexual assault at all. It's just good old-fashioned Twitch content, baby. And Nina herself even says how embarrassing it would be for a man like Saeed to say that this was sexual assault.
So what if he says, I feel like you did some shit wrong?
No, so the whole Saeed thing, no one essay Saeed. That's why today I was actually looking for Saeed. I was going to talk to him and be like, you definitely felt disrespected as a person. Me, I take accountability what I do. If you dead ass felt disrespected, I didn't know. So you better let me know. If you did, I will always apologize. I mean, that's just normal people. But for him to walk around and say all that crazy shit, you never think about what Saeed's thinking too, though. Like, who wants to walk around being called that? That's embarrassing for him as a guy.
You ain't see Saeed today?
No, I was looking for him. I was looking everywhere for him.
Wow.
That's embarrassing for him as a guy. Yeah. Belly dancing and clogs plus river dancing. What the hell, man? That's just too much. Like, the mental image is crazy. Comment about thickness a bit up. Let's see here. Thick because the butt and legs are muscular and thus developed, or thick because it's all fat, because most of women like that are just fat. Yeah, I mean, I'm not like a chubby chaser where I want women that are super fat, but at the same time, it's like there could be women who have I mean, women naturally have a higher body fat percentage than men. So, I don't know. Certain women, different body types carry themselves different ways. We'll say that, you know. She has to be faking that voice. Well, she could be, especially if she's actually a he. That's another layer to this, you know. Isn't this Shamu thick girls? Oh, no. It's just, I don't know. I'm not going to get into it right now.
What an angel. Pretty
volleyball
defense
thick.
right
That's
there.
a good one.
Checkmate. The fucking last few neurons remaining in her brain really scrambling there to come up with the perfect cope, and damn did she hit a home run with that one. So she is saying, oh, he didn't get sexually assaulted. Oh, okay, well, if you say so, all right. You would know, of course, yeah, no. It doesn't matter what he thinks happened. You're saying he didn't get sexually assaulted, so then it must not have happened. You're right. And then she goes on to say, like, you have to think about it. Like, it'd be very embarrassing for him as a man. Wow. Is that so, Nina? Interesting. Do you keep that same energy when it comes to women that get sexually assaulted? Do you say the same thing? Like, oh, it'd be very embarrassing. She treats it like it's no big deal. She did nothing wrong. Rub some dirt in it, dweeb. Get over it. That's how she handles it. But I imagine if it was too...
If she didn't have a camera in her face, she would have said the words verbatim, he needs to stop being such a bitch. Okay? That's what she would have said. She straight up would have said that. He needs to stop being such a little bitch, because that's what she was intimating.
Guys who did this exact same thing to a girl on stream, if it played out exactly the same, there would be universal condemnation across the board, including from Nina herself, I imagine, and rightfully so, because... Stand back, brave take coming in. Plug your ears if you're not ready for the spicy take. Sexual assault is bad. I know. If you were standing up, you're going to need to sit down. Holy. It doesn't matter if it's a female or male victim, sexual assault in all of its forms is horrible. And everyone should be outraged and against it. So why do we treat it differently because it was 2 girls that did it to a guy? It is still sexual assault, and I can't believe we are still having this conversation about like sexual assault against men not being taken seriously.
Susano, I saw a video earlier today. It's crazy that you just said that, where this dude, big black guy, gets into a fender bender with a smaller, older white guy, right? And dude completely like chimps out on him. The black guy sets up his video camera, his phone, live streaming it on the ground, facing the door, the driver door of the car that he rear-ended. And the guy just kind of like, the white guy kind of waves at the camera, is talking to the black guy, and the black guy's like, oh, here we go. Because the guy finds out, he's like, oh, you don't got any money. It's like, well, that's what car insurance is for, right? You don't get money when you hit somebody. You have to let the car insurance handle it. But the guy probably didn't have insurance. So then he starts pummeling the white guy, unprovoked, on his live stream that he set, that gets into a fender bender, films it, puts the guy on broadcast on his phone, and starts beating the crap out of him. Literally providing all the evidence he could possibly ever need to get the black guy in jail, sue him, prosecute him, all this stuff. Guy didn't care. He just puts the phone down and starts beating the shit out of the dude. It's like, yeah, people documenting their crimes in real time. It's fascinating. Fascinating behavior.
It's not a unicorn. It's not make-believe. This isn't the fucking tooth fairy we're talking about. It is a real thing. And there are male victims of sexual assault. Like, I can't believe that even needs to be said. But I guess Twitch needs a reminder that it is a crime. Like, anyone who is a victim of sexual assault is the victim of a crime.
I did want it to, like, them being banned is not really anything to me, because at the end of the day, like, sexual assault is a crime. And people that say that it's not sexual assault, I don't know what you think sexual assault is, or anything like that. But I don't know what to tell you. Like, as a person that's literally dealt with sexual assault previously, it has taken a lot, like a large total on my head. I've dealt with something like this before, and I didn't want to. When I dealt with it originally, I was working at a job, and it was a gym, and I told my boss about it, and all he did was make jokes about it. And I tried to talk about it a lot more, and I didn't want to tell my parents, and it did affect me a lot. And this situation did bring back those memories.
This is Saeed being very open.
Dude, I want him to sue her, like, for everything she's worth. I swear to God. Like, I don't even care if Twitch bans her at this point. Screw Twitch. Twitch can just go, can go fuck itself at this point. But that Saeed dude needs to sue that Nina bitch for everything she's worth at this point.
Open here, talking about what's unfolded, even mentioning that he's gone through a previous sexual assault situation in his past where it wasn't taken seriously then. His boss was making jokes about it, and it took a toll on him. And now, in this case, it seems like Twitch itself is not taking it seriously and treating it like it's a joke, considering Nina was only banned for a week. They slapped her in detention
100%
for
Quill Pig.
a week, and now it's all sunshine and rainbows for her. She's back streaming again. And let me tell you, in her return stream, it's very clear she's learned her lesson. I think the week-long,
Oh, here's where we get to the good part. These are the video clips that I've seen of this Nina idiot ever since she came back. I've been essayed back in the day. No one should ever be put in that situation when they're not comfortable with 100% ducking. If it's bad when a guy puts a girl in a situation where she feels like she can't say no, or if she does say no and he still pressures her to do something she's not comfortable with, then it's the same difference. It doesn't matter which party is doing the offense.
Pinching here from Twitch has really helped put it all into perspective for her. You can see how apologetic she is and how remorseful she is for her actions.
Let me tie, right? Oh, what the fuck, yo? Why you always hitting me? Stop with those punches. Oh, shit, I can't touch you no more because I have to make a sign of NDA. Sorry, I forgot. Yeah, that's going to be tough, bro. It's going to come up 3 months later. I won't come up. Oh, me? Punch you? You want me to punch you? Are you okay? Did you send that NDA or no? You sure? So I am not sexually assaulting you. No. I am not. You consent to this. Yes. You fully am okay with this. Yes. You will not use this clip against me later in 3 months later. Never. Or 9 months later. No. Or 6 months later. No. No? Hey, chat sees this, bro. Ready? All right.
Okay, guys, I understand. I'm a very, very, very dry, very boring white, Caucasian American man, heterosexual, all that traditionally boring stuff. Who the fuck finds this chick like interesting, entertaining? I'm looking at this back seat of this car with these three retarded looking individuals in it, and I swear to God, I don't understand what is wrong with people. And I'm looking at the chat at the top left corner of the screen. There's people in her chat watching. I don't get it. I don't understand it.
Ready? 1. You asked for this. Nod your head. 2 times. Did you get it? Okay.
Wait, can I say something? Damn. Wait, can I say something? Damn. Listen, can I say something?
This seems like a real hoot and a holler. Man, she's...
And you know, I've had friends, relatives, girls that I've grown up with who are those girls that feel like they have to be one of the guys. And so they try to like beat up on the guys and they'll punch you and try to make you like, you know, scream and cry and all this sort of stuff, right? There are girls like that. And eventually most of them grow out of it because they realize that a guy doesn't want a girl who's going to act like a guy around them all the time. It gets to be a bit grating and annoying. But this chick clearly never grew up. How old is she? She's got to be like pushing 30, right? Crybully, yeah, exactly.
Seems like a lot of fun to be around. So I don't even know why she even threw out the word India.
No, I mean, tomboy is one thing. I'm not talking about tomboys because like a legitimate tomboy is just a girl who knows how to hang with the guys and not make shit weird and still be, I guess, feminine and cute when she needs to be without being abrasive and a bitch all the time. I'm talking about girls that act like this Nina chick, but they're probably, you know, like 13, 14, 15. Because when I was a teenager, I had a sister-in-law who was a couple years younger than me. And her and I were pretty good friends, but she was always acting like that. Always punching, always acting like she had to burp the loudest and, you know, not shave her armpits and shit. And just try to be gross about stuff and just try to be like a guy. Like, I mean, not in a transgender way. She didn't do that. She's married and has kids now. But like, in a really annoying, obnoxious way. Not tomboy.
She has no idea what that is. I bet if you ask Nina what a non-disclosure agreement is or what it's for, she would just fucking blue screen.
Yeah, more girl boss than tomboy.
The reason she's saying that is because she's just trying to insult everyone that made a big deal out of her sexually assaulting Saeed. And I haven't even shown you the other victim yet. I'm saving that till the end. But she's just treating it like it's no big deal. Like, oh, I guess I just can't touch people anymore. Not without like an NDA, I guess. And then this dude over here, this goober, I don't know if he's hiding his face out of embarrassment or shame, but if that is the case, I'd see why. Because that's pretty pathetic to be begging to be punched by this lady just for a crumb of attention. But
yeah, Cool Pig. She beat her brother for so many years that CPS got called on him. It's just crazy. Basically, my sister, she's married with kids too. Yeah. And in the case of this girl I'm talking about, she eventually grew out of it, right? But she went through phases in her teenage years where she was unbelievably annoying at times, where it was just impossible to be around her.
Yeah, that was her return stream, a real highlight moment from it. Some other really great tiddlywinks are when she's being mad at her friends for switching up on her after the sexual assault clip surfacing, where she was mad that they didn't fight tooth and nail for her honor, even though her actions are indefensible to a normal, sane person. So obviously her friends aren't going to go to bat for her, I imagine, or at least they shouldn't. Like, I don't care if you're her best friend, you should be able to come out and say, like, yep, that's fucked up, that is sexual assault.
Although, to be fair, I don't know that any of these streamers actually view each other as friends. Like, at this point, aren't you more like coworkers than friends? Because these people will turn on each other in an instant. Yeah, but Empress, again, that's tomboy. That's not that's not as crazy as whatever this Nina chick has going on. So she's been on him since she was younger. Can't wait to see her growth arc. One of you guys needs to look up how old she is. How old is Nina Lynn?
I don't support what's happened there. And she's getting mad that people did exactly that. Like, her friends were like, nope, that's unacceptable. She expected them to just be like, no, you guys are misunderstanding. And then she goes in to be, like, upset that they weren't texting her to get her side of the story, even though there's no sides. It is sexual assault, no matter how you spin it. You can try and feign ignorance until the cows come home. It doesn't change the fact that what you did is still textbook sexual assault. Just because you are a woman who did it to a man doesn't mean...
Dude, Ludwig is one of those guys that I have zero respect for, and I know next to nothing about him other than the fact that he's Hassan's whipping boy. I was watching Rev's video about Ludwig's girlfriend, Cutie Cinderella, and apparently Hassan showing off his meat to her at one point, and Ludwig just didn't seem to care or do anything. She's only 24? That's nuts. A lot of people these days didn't grow up with opposite sex siblings. You know, a lot of them don't have siblings at all. I mean, I had 3 older brothers, so I you know, had to learn how to, like, cause pain as quickly as possible.
That it doesn't count.
You ready? Yeah, go ahead, Nina.
Oh, yeah. Here's the good one. This guy is over here getting a massage, this DSG Toast guy, right? Says, this clip's going around with the recent convos. I'll address it. I was trying to get a massage from the physical therapist when Nina, an IRL streamer I've never met, pushed aside the therapist and started grabbing on my ass. Now, in the video clip, she doesn't push the therapist aside. She claims she never did that. We don't know what happens before the camera's rolling, okay? I felt pressured to go along with it because 3 IRL streamer cameras pointed at my face, and also being at a sponsored event, didn't want to escalate the situation. I was extremely uncomfortable the whole time. Should have said something in the moment where I regret not doing so, and I honestly am a little ashamed of myself for not speaking up because I know if I ever spoke about it again in the future, people will say, well, you should have stopped it then. I mean, that's just kind of what we've seen, right?
Okay,
I know.
Black Cat, you're not wrong about that, dude. I've said this for a while now, and again, I'm an average-looking guy. So again, what opinion should I have on some famous woman and whether she's attractive or not? But the thing is, most of what these women have going for them, whether it's Pokimane, Valkyrie, Cutie Cinderella, not Nina. Nina looks like a man. But in general, the boring, bland, cake-faced, too much makeup, immature girls who never grew up, who are, you know, look like they're 12 in their 30s. And it's just sad because most of them are very mid, very generic, very plain women who either get plastic surgery or just wear way the hell too much makeup. And they are just, they're a figment of people's imagination as far as like their entire persona. All they have is the simps who think one day if they spend enough money, they're going to get this person's attention where maybe this person will notice them. And that's how you get these weirdos showing up at TwitchCon trying to like make out with random streamers. Because they've been watching these girls for years and they think maybe if I meet her in person, I'll have a chance, you know? Reminds me of Bobby Lee. Can't these content creators walk away in this situation? I mean, well, Empress, the problem is you're female. So unfortunately, there are some women who unfairly get lumped in because of just being female, and that sucks. I hate it. I mean, I don't know Emiru, and I would probably lump her in with Pokimane, and that's probably unfair. I've heard that Emiru, whatever her name is actually decent as far as, like, her content goes, doesn't do OnlyFans, or doesn't, you know, simp for her audience, or make her audience simp for her, I guess I should say. And so that's cool. If she's a nice girl and she just streams and does games and stuff and isn't trying to, like, lead her audience on, that's cool. But, you know, unfortunately, it's easy to lump people together. It's easy to generalize. And unfortunately, the majority of so many of these like really big streamers, yeah, she seems pretty genuine from what I've seen. Pokimane's a psycho. Oh my god, that chick is nuts. Pokimane is insane.
Okay, girl. No, Nina.
It's all good, Susano.
Oh my! Wow, you have the best masseuse, Toast.
That was good.
Wow, she is so bold. You love to.
Again, there's something truly sociopathic about this woman. Look at this move right here, okay? Look at this. Forget about her grabbing his ass, okay? Forget about the ass grab for a second. For some weird reason, she has this necessary, like, proclivity to try to cause pain to men, right?
Wow, you have the best.
Watch what she does with the elbow right here.
Wow, she is so bold.
She like bites her lip, you know, grits her teeth, and puts her elbow in the guy's back.
So bold, so bold. Yep, Yep. Keep it up.
I mean, Susano, guilt by association, that kind of bites everybody in the ass. I've got people who follow people that I know who have me blocked on Twitter, even though they follow people who I get along with great. So unfortunately, it's like we all catch strays at some point. Nothing you can do about it. You just kind of have to just shake your head and move on. You know, Pokimane is evil. Yes, I would agree. She's got a very evil vibe. That Cinna, whatever her name is, that's friends with Pokimane. Yeah, very much the same way. Someone that knows massage, that's not how you use an elbow. Yeah.
Yep. Good job, Nina.
So Toast shared his experience with Nina, where he went there expecting a professional masseuse, only to be met by a stranger named Nina, the fucking boogeyman here, coming up and giving him this massage where she was very clearly making a joke of it by just, like, groping him, like, just grabbing on his ass cheeks there. Like, she was grabbing those things like fucking...
I will say, I don't go and get massages, but I have worked with both a physical therapist and a chiropractor. Chiropractor, I saw 2 different chiropractors at one office for 6 months. And that's not such a personal thing because it was actually an open floor plan where there's like 3 different adjustment tables, and then they've got the vibrating plates and the head things and all the other stuff to kind of like work your body out after the physical therapy. But they did have private rooms for massages for people who were getting an actual like sports injury massage, that kind of stuff, right? Then a couple years ago, I also went and saw a physical therapist because my back was causing issues again, and it causes all sorts of problems. And so I spent time with a physical therapist, a woman who was a specialist, and I'm not going to go into detail, but a lot of my issues are lower back and nerves and muscles that connect to that. So there was very personal stuff that happened as far as like the type of care, and I'm not going to go into detail because that's TMI. But she was super professional, and it was a very in a situation where you're working with a physical therapist, if it's a very like sensitive subject or sensitive area, it could be really, really bad if they don't take it seriously. So she didn't just go and mess around with a guy that was on a massage table. That was a physical, from what I read, it seemed like a physical therapist. So it's like, these people take what they do extremely seriously. And the entire point of both massage and physical therapy, in order for the person to get better, heal, recuperate, relax, all that, they have to be relaxed. They have to trust the person that they're working with. And like, holy crap. I don't know. For me, as somebody who's gone through a lot of this stuff, I look at that and go, what the fuck is wrong with her? I don't know. Strength training, it's bad for strength. This isn't advice. Just what are we talking about? Chiropractic or physical therapy? Massage? We're older dudes. We've had to drop our drawers for a doctor before. Hook, because of my back injury, I had 3 prostate exams before I was 30. Okay, I've had to go through some shit, man. I've had colonoscopies, multiple, because of my Crohn's disease, physical therapy that was very, like I said, sensitive, invasive in a way. A lot of women require a type of it due to their organs shifting. Yeah. But yeah, for me, it was all very much medically related. And so I look at this and go, I can't imagine letting some random woman, when I'm on a physical therapist's, adjustment table, massage table, just start groping me and shit. Well, Ducking, it's all related to my back injury. 90% of my issues in life are my herniated disc in my back that I've had for like 12 years now. And so it just has caused a myriad of issues that I just either maintain or ignore, So 43, I have to do all these things soon. Yeah, so I don't need a prostate exam, I can tell you that. Probably won't need another one for another 10 years. But it is what it is.
Motorcycle handles. It's not an accident. It's not unintentional. She didn't just like wander down there while trying to give a legitimate massage. She is literally honking on.
Ooh, Quill Pig, that's a great point. You don't get a sports therapy massage if you aren't already hurt. So she's specifically zoning in on people who have already been hurt, and that's part of it too. That's a really great point, and it makes her whole shtick a lot creepier too. Old man giving me a prostate check. He went third night. Oh my God, Hook. Woo. Okay, So little deviation from the topic, and again, I don't want to compare this in a situation where somebody got sexually assaulted, because that's not cool. But it is funny because when I went to because a lot of my back issues are connected to nerve issues that are connected to let's just say urinary issues. Like I was just getting urgency to pee a lot, especially if I lifted things after my back injury. So I went to a urologist to see if it was related to my urinary system. And the guy, older guy, nice dude, good doctor. He wanted to do a prostate exam. This was my second or third one in like 3 or 4 months after my back injury. He's like, all right, turn around, drop your drawers. You know what I got to do. Said it just like that, matter of fact. Didn't even take a breath between what he said. I'm like, holy crap. Hey, Mahendra. No, Osama Dan Laden. This is my Halloween costume from last week. I didn't get a chance to wear. So, Empress, you said, no, I saw that one. You only need to hear me talk for a minute. If you think with your bigger head, you'll see I'm legit. Bigger head. Was there one after that I missed? Let me see here. Someone recovering from a detached retina eye surgery. Better to get stuff checked than not. Real talk. Bigger head, yeah. Wish it wasn't the first time someone checked. Odd note on this. Every single man that's in the U.S. military had a finger up their butt due to this. Yeah.
His butt cheeks. And people are laughing about it, making light of the whole thing. Like, Nina, oh my goodness, ha 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 ha. It's sexual assault. If that was a man that did that to a woman that was lying on that table, how many people would be laughing? Probably not very many.
Oh no, if a guy in that situation, I feel like I'm like I'm a Muslim cleric right now. I'm wagging the finger. Oh yes, Allah forbids it. The Jaeger bomber man. No, so imagine the roles are reversed. Tiny little woman on the table, and another guy comes up and starts aggressively groping and poking and massaging at her. There's just no way. There's no way. Oh, blue light. So it's really funny you mentioned that, because I have these old blue light glasses that I bought for $10 on Amazon that I was thinking about wearing instead of my shooting glasses for this one. But I'm like, no, I'll wear the tactical glasses. It makes more sense. Pay New York a visit while dressed up like that. They'll love you, probably.
Imagine it'd be crickets for the most part.
That or Minnesota.
It'd be more silent than a James Corden stand-up routine. There wouldn't be a lot of laughter. It wouldn't really be viewed as a holly jolly good time. I imagine most people would immediately try and say, like, stop or step in, put the kibosh on it, but not here. Here, it's just treated as a joke. But why? Just because it is Nina doing this to a man, Toast, it doesn't make it not sexual assault. And in Toast's statement, he even says he has no idea who she was at the time. She just stepped in, did this. He was extremely uncomfortable, but didn't say anything in the moment because there's a...
Wait. So she just picked a random dude. Okay, so I'm going to guess, because I know the name Toast when it comes to streaming. I've never watched him. But I know the name Toast. I imagine this is kind of like her trying to ride his coattails, so to speak, by going around and basically making herself the most visible person at all these different things, like whether it's TwitchCon or any of these other things. First thought came was, damn, what a lady, total Warhammer nut. Well, yeah, and you don't see too many ladies who actually know what they're talking about when it comes to Warhammer too. Boston or Oklahoma.
Bunch of cameras in his face, and it's hard to try and speak up in front of that, because then it creates a tense situation. So it's an extra level of fear where it's hard to speak out and express, negative feelings in a case like this, because, well, maybe now the streamers there view you as the bad guy, or the chat starts attacking you or something. So it makes it very difficult, and it's something Toast briefly mentioned, and it's something that I've seen expressed numerous times in the past about, it was hard to say anything in the moment because of all these cameras and all these people watching. And it's very true. Again, if this was a man that was doing this to a woman lying on that table, a complete stranger, just starts, honking on her butt cheeks there, how many people would be laughing? Probably none.
Yeah, no, that wouldn't fly, right? That wouldn't, this is the view of men can't be victims, or women. Yeah, exactly, of women.
It shouldn't be treated differently in this case. This was still a non-consensual sexual act that was performed on Toast and Saeed.
Space King, yeah, I think, Cage, are you the one who sent me that video of Space King a few months ago, or was it somebody else? Somebody shared it in the chat, and then I went and watched it. Oh no, it wasn't. It was Boosh, I think Boosh McFadden. I can't remember if he's changed his name since then or not. No, I saw that one. That was freaking awesome. That was great.
That is not being taken seriously. She received a week-long ban, and that's it. And it's not like she herself has digivolved into a better person or anything, you know, learned her lesson, expressed any real level of remorse or anything like that. She is still treating it as content. Like, just the idea of her sexual assault is now a joke on her stream. Like, oh, I just can't touch people anymore. I'll have to NDA you, tee-hee-hee.
Well, yeah, Susano, that is the thing, because I have both. I've got 2 boys and a girl. And as father of a girl, happens to my daughter, I've already said, I got no problem going to prison. As father of 2 boys and my oldest son is going to be a giant, right? He's probably going to be well over 6 feet tall, big. He's a big boy. He's not, I don't mean fat. I mean, like, he's got broad shoulders, growing like a weed. He's not going to be he's going to, if he wants to do bodybuilding or lift weights, he'll have no problem packing on the muscles. So my oldest son is going to have a hard time with situations like this, because no one would ever believe, I guarantee, when he becomes an adult, when he becomes a man, that he could ever be assaulted by a woman, you know? So yeah, it's rough. Shouldn't have trained my kid in combat. Did teach her the buddy system and so on. That stuff is kind of required. One of my uncles owns a hobby store. I used to be the one who assembled all the Warhammer kits. Oh, dude, that's awesome. I've never had the time, space, or money to get into that. I'm not 5'4", I'm 5'6". I am 5'6". Piss off, Cage. I'm not 5'4". If I was 5'4", I would have just checked out a long time ago. Load your mags with gloves on. Don't leave your greasy prints on brass. Do that. Nah, Hook. You know, here's the thing. I like I said, I explained it to my daughter as much as she needs to know at almost 11 years old. I told her, you know, there's situations in life where if you ever found yourself dating some guy, or, you know, married to some guy who was just, I can't remember what we were talking about specifically, but you know, I just kind of left it open. Like, if you ever needed me to do something to protect you, I could do that, but I could only go to jail once. So it has to be worth it. It needs to be necessary. I have no problem doing it, and I'll happily live the rest of my days in prison, but it has to be required or worth it, you know.
That's crazy to me. That is just crazy. I know she issued an apology statement not long ago, which I think is pretty blatantly obvious, not her words. I think that was farted out through an actual PR firm, because I don't think she is capable of something like that. I'll stop blabbering here in just a moment, but it is so wild to me how...
You know, I'm actually probably closer to 5'5" than 5'6", Quill Pig, ever since my back injury. To be clear, by the time I'm 65, maybe 70, I'll probably be 5'4". No, Susanna, you're not wrong there. It's just the reality that as her dad, I'm still going to be there to protect her until she has a guy who can do it for her. And if he's not going to do it, and if in fact he's the one that I have to protect her from, I will. So
little Twitch did here, and how little they seem to care about what's happened on their platform here. In the past, they've made plenty of questionable bans and unbans. Like having full-blown sex, penetrative sex on stream was a 3-day ban. And
now, I don't know if that's the one I'm thinking of. I actually made a video on that one years ago, a couple years ago. Some Latina, Hispanic, South American streamer gal that was getting eaten out on her stream just off camera. And I think she got like a week-long suspension. But because of all of the tabloids and publicity, she came back and was like huge on Twitch.
Many other such cases of similar things like that lady who full-blown spread her butthole goatsy style on stream only being 24 hours, stuff like that. But this is something so different from that, where that sexual content is something that shouldn't be allowed on Twitch and isn't by their own rules, and they don't seem to really enforce them all that well. This is literally not even just against their rules, it is against the law.
Again, with using the word ban in place of suspension, yeah. No Hook, Frank Castle, Punisher. See, okay, I've watched all the Daredevil episodes. I got caught up. Took me years to actually get around to watching it. Didn't watch the Punisher show. But based on the Punisher in season 2 of Daredevil, I'm going to say Frank Castle did nothing wrong. Okay? The whole Daredevil not killing people, not taking out the bad guys, that bullshit BS. I'm team Punisher, team Frank Castle all the way. Daredevil's seasons 1 through 3 were good. 3, in my opinion, was the most boring. 2 had a lot of highlights, a lot of big moments, and also had the worst storyline with Elektra. 1 was great. The 1 was awesome. Season 1 was fantastic. No, I'm not a comic book guy. I'm not. I'm actually not a comic book guy at all. I'm more of a normie. I watched all the MCU movies, right? But it was Hunter. You guys know him as what's he go by? Lord Zav here on YouTube. He was telling me for months and months and months to watch the Daredevil show. So my wife and I finally got into watching them, and yeah, freaking loved it. Now the new episodes that came out on Amazon or Disney Plus or whatever, dog shit. This new season was terrible. No, Cage, the thing was about Elektra, I didn't love her character and her, like, the flashbacks and stuff on season 2, but season 2 in my mind had a lot of high moments, a lot of great moments. I liked one of the Punisher movies, kind of like why I didn't watch the show. The movie that came out before the show was horrible. I watched the Punisher movie with John Travolta back in the day. I don't know who was even playing the Punisher in that one. I can't remember.
Sexual assault, again, is illegal, and it has been broadcast on Twitch twice with this woman, Nina Lynn, being the sexual assaulter. And they only give her a week ban for it. This is unlike anything I've seen from Twitch in the past. It is truly shocking. And I'll leave you with one more clip from Saint Nina here. You remember how I called this week ban basically a vacation? Well, it's not just my words. She also views it that way as well.
W chat. I want to say W chat. So all the haters out there, y'all can suck my dick. Word 2, I don't give a fuck.
She might be a man. I'm very heavily leaning on that side of the fence now. Holy crap.
Fuck you bitches, bro. You bitches not me. Y'all been through nothing that I've been through. Fuck you. This ain't the worst it's ever been. I'm not gonna lie. It's bad to say, but this is not the worst it's ever been. I've been through worse. I've actually been through worse. So this jail was kind of like vacay jail a little bit. I'm not gonna lie, bro.
Nice work, Twitch. Vacay jail for sexual assault. Unbelievable. Anyway, that's really about it. See ya.
So, Susano, if you watch the first season of Daredevil, just be prepared for season 2 to not be as good as season 1. Although the Punisher stuff in season 2 is fantastic. In my opinion, season 2 has the best moments because the stuff with the Punisher I loved. Freaking loved it. But then I hated all the stuff with Elektra. Absolutely hated it. And then season 3, people said season 3 was like the second best or the best out of the 3 seasons that came before Disney Plus for the Punisher. I thought season 3 was beyond miserably boring. It's really bad. Lugia, she's not Latina, she's Asian. She's doing a black accent. That's the craziest part. She's not Latina, she's an Asian woman. People like this kill the vibes at the shows? Yeah. Let me see. She's someone I'd flag for removal from the venue. Yeah. All the guys next to her, Soy Jax, what a man she is. Yeah. No, you're right. She is acting. She's putting on the accent. So because he didn't actually show all the clips that I'd found, we'll let me scroll through. I've got a 1.5-minute clip from Asmongold Clips, and then another clip that's on Twitter that he reacted to. And then there's actually, I've got more. Hang on, because I found a whole bunch more of her. Let me see if it's anything we haven't seen already. That's that one there. Vacation jail. Okay, I'll grab that one real quick because he didn't show that one. Let me pause that. Okay, so here's one from Asmongold clips. All right, here we go. Where'd my camera go? Oh, that's right, I hit it last time. 99% of Asian women would disown her. Yes, 100%. I don't know, Truth. It's getting late. If I hadn't taken so long on all this stuff, I'd say we could still do it. But let me see how much longer we're going to be doing this, and then maybe I'll boot it up for a few minutes. Let's see here. All right. So this is from Asmongold Clips. 18 hours ago. It says, "Are you effing kidding me?"
Yeah, so this, oh my god, can you fucking believe this? I certainly can believe this. This stupid, disgusting bitch gets unbanned. So basically, this is the Nina Lynn girl, sexually assaulted the same guy 3 times on stream. She's holding this guy down. Real weird, like, sexual assault.
That's embarrassing for him.
No ducking.
Why was he a bitch?
Sexually assaulted a second guy on stream.
Popular streamer disguised host.
Definitely should have said something in a moment and regret not doing so. Honestly, a little ashamed of myself for not speaking out because I just know that if I ever spoke about it again in the future, people will say, well, you should have stopped it then. She gets suspended for this for 1 week.
By the way, she was literally streaming a few hours ago and attacking Asmon.
That weird motherfucker that lives in the basement of his mom's house that be chatting about me all damn day long. You are obsessed with me. I think you in love with me. No cap. I genuinely think you get no pussy and you in love with me, bro. Like, it's been way too many clips I've seen you, bro. Like,
I don't even know what to say. It's generally bad. Yes, and I said sexual assault live on stream is 1 week ban. How is this possible? There's a point where people should be contacting advertisers and Amazon leadership, and I'm pretty sure we're there. Other Twitch streamers have been banned for months for far less offenses? Yes. I mean, this is literally a crime. I mean, how are you going to suspend somebody for a week? Yeah, ask the CEO of Twitch. I mean, I would love to hear Dan give an explanation for why you've unbanned someone who's committed sexual assault live on camera.
He dumps her on her
2
head.
times.
It's freaking awesome.
Everybody knows if a guy did this to a girl, what do you think would happen? His life would be completely ruined. That's crazy to me.
So this one doesn't have him responding, but here's Asmon responding to this clip where she calls him that weird guy in the basement or whatever. It's just vomit disguised as a woman. What it is, it's a byproduct, whether it's a man or a woman or whatever the hell she is, he is, they, them, it. It's a product of our society. If Nina is only 24 years old, and I doubt that, but I also doubt that she's biologically female, but only 24 years old, this is somebody whose entire life has been wrapped up in themselves. See, we talk about this a lot, and it sucks that with the internet and all the great things that came with it, came the culture of micro celebrities and anybody who could get famous off 15 minutes of virality and fame, because it's led into this like psychopathic behavior for people who are already narcissistic, who are already obsessed with themselves, to where now they can gain internet clout and fame, even if it's through horrible means and by being disgusting, like completely despicable people. It's still that negative attention is attention factor, where you have people like this Nina person who, other than the way she's been acting the last couple of weeks or months, nobody's even heard about her in the past. Now here she is all over the timelines because of her terrible behavior, but it's still attention, right? It's still attention.
bro.
Uh-huh.
That weird motherfucker that lives in the basement of his mom's house.
It's an attic, excuse you.
Main character syndrome. I just love that right there. That is like, that is the best response ever.
Mom's house.
It's an attic, excuse you.
Be chatting about me all damn day long. You are obsessed with me. I think you in love with me.
Mhm.
No cap. I genuinely think you get no
Yes, she's a
pussy and
Johnny
you in love with me.
Somali.
Talk whatever you want. Crash out however much you want. That's totally fine. Nothing that you're going to say is going to make me mad. You're not going to upset me. You're not going to bait me into, you know, some weird internet beef. You're just a disgusting bitch. That's it. And it's got nothing to do with this about me at all. That's it. So I don't care. Say whatever you want. Nobody gives a fuck.
Chill out. It's been way too many clips I've seen you, bro. Like,
I
you
know.
low-key obsessed.
Yes, same. I love it. She's like, it's been way too many clips, and he's like, yeah, same. I mean, at the end of the day, yeah, I mean, this is what Asmon does for a living. He makes lots of money just watching these videos and clips and reacting to them and saying, uh-huh, that's right. Uh-huh, that's fair. I mean, and like I said, we can make fun of him all you want for like the milquetoast takes and the like the centrist viewpoints and not really having much moral backbone or fiber, but at least Asmon is willing to, unlike Moist Critical, Asmon's willing to get nasty. He's willing to be mad about it. He's willing to be like, you know what, screw you, you're a horrible person, and something needs to be done about this. So, yeah, ducking, I think the orange jumpsuit was intentional because of the fact that she's back from her ban. And so I think this is Nina trying to play into the whole, you know, bad boy, bad girl mentality. Following the Mizkif Asmon lawsuit's gonna be great. You know, Quillpig, I was gonna cover that on the stream on Wednesday, and we ran out of time. To be honest, yeah, Legal Mindset had a good video about it, but I don't know that there's really much there to cover. I mean, Miz admitted that him and Emiru were in a really bad relationship, and they were both physically abusive and verbally abusive and emotionally abused each other. And then he wants to claim that they're defaming him by repeating the same thing he's already said. Hope Asmon milks it for all it's worth. I mean, he will. You know he will. He'll get his content out of it. Nina Lynn says, irrelevant people like Asmongold are autistic in her eyes. But she was stunned when she saw Fan switching up. I don't know who Fan is. Is that some Asian? Better to get the right kind of attention on it to correct the problems. Yeah, she threw plushies at me. Yes, those horrible. Yeah, Mizkif is pretty awful. And the funny thing is, other than knowing his name, up until recently, I knew next to nothing about him. It's so weird. It's so weird because I know all these streamers' names. I know all the big content creators and stuff, but I don't know why they're famous, when they got famous. Like, again, when OTK started, when Asmon and Tectone and all them started OTK, I was having kids and working my ass off. I didn't have a clue that they even existed. I had no idea. Annoying girl boss vibe with the articulate mentality of a 12-year-old addicted to TikTok. Yeah. It's like she's got Aquafina brain. That's what it is. It's Aquafina brain. Here we go.
There's one person that you was like, damn, I think you have my back. Not have my back. I didn't expect nothing. But I didn't expect them to throw my name in the dirt like that. Who? It's not even the person like people, the biggest people. I don't give a fuck. To be honest, if I don't know you, I don't give a shit what you say. You just autistic to me. Like, it doesn't matter. But it was one of them. I've actually used to do videos with a lot. I was like, damn, and she was actually a fan of mine. Oh, girl, what's her name? Can't tell you the name, bro. Can't say the name.
Do we know who? Do we know?
I don't know. I don't want bitches to cry, but you feel me?
But do we know her?
Switch up real quick, real fast, even though they have my number and my text. You could have done all that.
Okay, man or woman, whatever the hell Nina is, it's not human. Between the shape of the head and the way she talks, I swear to God, this isn't a real human being. It's like she's wearing a mask. Her head's gigantic. I say that as somebody who's got a really massive head.
Like, you feel me?
Okay, so we'll start with Nina, I guess. Fucking disgusting behavior, honestly. Like, genuinely, I heard about the situation, and then I watched the clip later on, like I think a day after I heard about it, and I watched the clip, and it made my blood boil. It was so fucking hard to watch. It was so hard to watch. It was so hard to watch. Yeah, and Zoe too.
Size date myself, so not saying anything. I mean, I'm just saying, like, as somebody who has a large head for my height, like I wear like a large size hat typically. If it's a medium large or a large XL, I'm somewhere in the middle depending on like the sizing. She has a very weird large round head. Okay, in light of her having her Twitch ban, her temporary 1 week suspension, as you will, her 1 week vacation. Why is Nike selling ski masks? Are they sponsoring robbers now? Who knows? Apparently, Ricky Berwick got banned on Twitch recently for, as he says, somebody said the N-word in a text-to-speech, and I called them a retard back. LOL, I'll be live on YouTube tonight. Also follow me on Kick. Size turban do I buy? This is my first time, but this is a one-size-fits-all. Not a turban, though. Shemagh. So not a turban. I know, I love Ricky Berwick. Apparently, that's all it takes is for somebody else to say the N-word on your stream and then for you to respond by calling them a retard for it. Haven't watched Ricky in a minute. No, I don't typically watch his YouTube videos, but I love his little videos he puts on Twitter. Ricky is freaking awesome. So Yellow Flash is like, hey, Ricky Berwick, just admit to Twitch that you sexually assaulted a man. They will unban you in 24 hours. I don't know. Did he get married? I didn't think he got married. I thought he just had like a girlfriend or a caretaker or something. Dude, I felt so bad because earlier this year when Ricky was putting on Twitter that he needed help and that his mom was controlling his life and making his life miserable and all this stuff, I thought it was a bit. I thought it was a gag, right? And then he legit like disappeared for like a month or something and then came back and was like, okay, everything's good now. You know, life is better. And all. I'm like, I thought he was kidding. I didn't realize that like he had some real shit going on behind the scenes. Ricky probably got banned for saying retard and they didn't even look at the prompt. Yeah, I mean, you're probably not wrong, Quillpig. That's probably what happened. It probably wasn't even the N-word on the text-to-speech. It was probably just calling someone a retard that did it. But, you know, that's... or electroshock collar a pig, I'll volunteer. Oh, man. Yeah, no, honestly, it's whatever at this point with Twitch, guys. I mean... Look, they're not going to shut down Twitch because of these people. It's not going to be something that they actually realize, oh crap, we could get in trouble. We finally need to address this. We need to deal with all these people doing illegal things on our platform and deal with all these like terrorist simps and all this other crap. That's not why they're doing it. That's the reason that Amazon will eventually shut down Twitch is straight up that it's never made them money. They've lost money for like 10 years on their investment. So they're not going to ever... Oh, the GIF, Ricky from trailer. It's got Dan Clancy's face superimposed on it, I'm pretty sure. Always a possibility. Amazon did nuke their game publishing wing. Right. So Amazon nuked their game publishing wing, put out an announcement after like 4 years that New World would not receive any updates anymore, which sucks for people who played it. I played New World for probably, I think, about 30 hours. I'd have to check my Steam playtime. I gave it a try for a few weeks. I tried getting invested in it, and it kind of scratched that Guild Wars itch that I used to get back when I spent thousands of hours on Guild Wars. But for me, New World was just never as good as Guild Wars was. It just was never, like, it didn't exactly hit the same way. Even a guy with special needs isn't spared by a Twitch mod. Well, truth, the problem is that Ricky is not a far lefty. So he's one of those guys that he's a loose cannon because he checks the boxes, but he doesn't check the boxes for the right group of people. Problem with this is that it earns, and that's all that matters to the bottom line. You vote for Little Nightmares? Yeah, but dude, it's like 11:40, man. That means that it's like getting late, man. Never heard of Nina or Mizkif before these things happened. I don't watch Twitch. Culture creates as degenerate. You're not wrong there. You think you're lagging? Well, hopefully I'm not lagging. Guys, this is the weirdest thing. This is the strangest thing. So last night, my computer, my oldest son was live streaming and I'm moderating his channel. And so I'm in the chat and I'm watching his game and everything else. And because I was playing Apex Legends with him, during his stream, my computer decided to randomly go to sleep mode and then come back on because I'm moving the mouse around. And then it did it again tonight. On top of that, earlier, and it's fixed itself now, it looks like, my Stream Deck was having lines going through the LED buttons, and apparently both things are signs of possibly a power source issue, but all of my computer stuff is plugged into different outlets, and my PSU is big enough for everything in my computer. My computer does not draw that much power. So I don't know what the hell is going on. But like 2 nights in a row, my computer screen has just randomly flicked off and then back on. So I'm likely the only person who sends you Twitch Prime. Well, ducking, I mean, there was you and Hunter, so Lord Zav would occasionally do that back when I pretty much only streamed on Twitch. But who would watch Nina, though? I don't know. I don't know if I want to keep streaming there. It's annoying me. Only reason I stream to Twitch is just because I already have it. I'm like, right now, I am streaming to YouTube, Twitch, Kick, Odyssey, Rumble, Twitter, and I think that's it. Maybe my computer's haunted. I don't think that's it. So generally speaking, my computer, everything is good as far as like how it runs. Internet, I'm not plugged into the router anymore, but I'm getting 600 megabytes a second, so my internet speed's fine. Nobody else is even up. The wife might be using Hulu in the other room, and that's it. So nobody else is even using the internet. It's just the weirdest thing. I have no idea why my computer is doing that all of a sudden. I'm like, it better not be having like PSU issues or some shit. You know, we could boot up freaking Little Nightmares 2 for a minute. I haven't checked it out yet. Guess the network activity isn't healthy? Maybe, I don't know. All I know is anytime my computer starts having hiccups, it freaks me out. Definitely freaks me out, especially given the fact that the last thing I want to have to do is invest any more money into computer parts right now. Like, I was like, okay, now that I got a new GPU in my computer, it needs to last for a couple more years before I either build a new one or buy one that's got an AM5 chip and stuff in it. So having a secondary system that does all your recording upstreams. Yeah, you know, ducking, I've thought about that. I've thought about the streaming computer type thing. You only get 10 megabytes a second. Truth, when I was plugged into my router at my apartment, I was getting 900 megabytes a second. Now, uploads were only around 40 megabytes a second, but that's fine. That's like whatever. But as far as like my download speeds, I used to get at my apartment like 900 on the high end. But that, again, that was plugged directly into my router. So my router is on the other side of the kitchen over by the dining room. So, I mean, even being 25 feet away from it, it's still getting good speeds. That's not the download speed that matters. The upload. I thought upload was for when you're like actually actively uploading content, and for like playing a game online, download is more important. Are you telling me I've got that ass backwards? I thought I had that figured out. Apparently not. Tell the wife to go watch Fargo. So weird, but so good. She's watching, I don't know, probably not Gilmore Girls. What? It could be Gilmore Girls, could be Golden Girls, could be any number of shows. I don't know. Oh, you're talking about for the stream. Oh no, I'm talking about specifically for when I'm playing a game. You are correct. As far as that goes, yes. Yeah, Silk Song's really good. I played it for about 8 or 9 hours so far. Really good combat. Really cool. Yeah, a hell of a game for $20. Sucks living in a third world country. Truth, where are you at? I can't remember. Is it in the slow decline to the coffin? And here you are telling me to play a game, man. Streaming Ninja Gaiden. All right. I'll make sure to set it to raid you when we're all done. Network activity can cause buffering issues. Sure. Everything you're doing is locked behind upload. Download's great if you're connected to a server that can match through your my throughput. What the hell is a throughput? Burner, I'm thinking of picking up oh, South Africa, that's right. Sorry, man, I forgot. I'm thinking about picking up Arc Raiders this weekend. I'm thinking maybe we'll do that. Grab that game, start playing it. Because that one is not so daunting, not so intimidating as a game like Escape from Tarkov, where if you haven't played it for a year or two, jumping back in is terrifying. Throughput, that's the actual word. Interesting. Can I sing you a lullaby you do not want to hear me sing? Do not. I am not, like, I when I'm singing along with something that I feel comfortable singing, I don't have a terrible voice, but I am not a singer, man, by any stretch of the imagination. You know what's funny, Quill? I've never really been big into the Metroid Prime games. I remember the first Metroid Prime I tried playing was on my N64, and I just did not dig it. It was not my thing. Yeah, I'd never heard throughput. That was not something I'd ever heard, Susano. Not a word that I was familiar with, if we're being straight up honest. You can't find it on Instant Gaming for PC? Dude, I've legit had it pulled up on my stream. Hang on. Where is... Oh, I closed my browsers. That's why. Okay. Dude, it's right here on the front, man. Maybe it's not in your region? Yeah, they've got it discounted, man. $34.70. Well, now I'm gonna have to look up throughput, guys. You've got another thing that I'm gonna have to investigate because I don't like not knowing terms. Yeah, they've got it in stock, also the deluxe edition. So, oh, you were setting up servers? Well, there you go. Where's my game at? Let's see. I can't remember if these are ones that are decent to play with mouse and keyboard or not. A webmaster. I know the term. I'm old enough to know back when that was a thing. I just was never one myself. Well, I'm not going to have it be darker because that's not so good for stream. The amount of material or items passing through a system or processed. Fast data throughput, a weekly throughput of 200,000 shoppers, falling throughput, and rising production costs. Interesting. Game's best experienced with a controller. Okay. Well, doesn't really matter. We're not going to be playing it that long. Ugh. It's all the way over here. Hang on. We made it. Oh, I had to go all the way to the other side of my desk. I guess I could have just stood up for that. For you, it only shows a PS5 version that's out of stock? On Instant Gaming's website, check PC games and then see if it shows up under there. Maybe the game's not available in your region. I only played the first one of these, and I freaking loved it, man. I thought the first one of these was really good. For a second, I was wondering if Little Nightmares 2 was going to be co-op or not. But then, you know, I discovered it wasn't, so. Oh, you were a web developer, did IT for most of your life? Okay. Well, that makes sense because for me, that's not something that's in my wheelhouse. I had to take over my family's business's website when my brother ditched out like 12 years ago, 11 years ago. And so even maintaining... This is... Wait, Little Nightmares 2 is on Game Pass? No, it's not. Are you telling me they added it around the time that I bought it? Well, that's loud. Dude, double check that. I would be shocked if this was on Game Pass. Dude, get out. It's on freaking Game Pass. Oh my god. That's crazy. Oh well. You also bought it the day it was added before Game Pass? Oh, right on, Truth. If you're gonna pick it up, the one thing I will say is if you just link down in the video description before you go to Instant Gaming, it'll make me like $1 in commission if you wanted to do that. You don't have to, I'm just saying. Tosses a coin to your bitcher over here. High school, I was a part of the network admin group. I had control of every network computer on our node, which was tens of thousands of systems. On graduation, we did a naughty. Oh my god. Yeah, no, I got no problem supporting the devs. It's crazy to me that I pay for Game Pass and then all of a sudden they add a game that I didn't realize. It cracks me up. It always happens that way. What if you can turn this TV on? Now, all you can do is climb. Can you go this way? Nah, invisible wall. Changing grades, don't answer that, yeah. I never did any of that hacking into school computers to change grades and whatnot. Again, my forte was not computers or anything with the internet. I knew just enough to get by, and that was it. First internet thing that I learned was how to delete my browser history, okay? Product of dial-up internet and LimeWire and whatnot. Keylog the IT service desk, got the main admin password, and on our graduation we sent out Pamela Anderson nudes to... Oh my god. Dude, I cannot believe you said that. In we go. How do we duck? Dude, there's like no tutorial. It said left trigger to crouch after I already done it. Can I grab the shoe? Can we throw it? Oh, you can throw the shoe. What's the point of throwing the shoe? I feel like we don't want to walk under that thing. I don't like that X is the run button. I keep forgetting. Trinity and Neo 69. That was the admin password. Are you serious? Changing the license plates on the teacher's car, letting loose oiled up pigs in the school. Dude, that's like some seriously old school stuff. Holy crap. Minors at the time passed the statute of limitations here, not admitting anything nor saying anyone should be doing what we did. It's just good old-fashioned fun, man. Can you interact with this rope? Guess you can't. Ah, you need a VPN? Dude, that sucks. For the longest time, I thought Little Nightmares and Limbo were the same games. You know, I never played Limbo, but it looked very similar. I imagine it's kind of the same concept. My hacker friends ended up in prison. Oh, that sucks. Was one of the lucky ones that got out of that. I know one of our guys got hired by Visa to do security for them. We did a lot of hacking between 99 and 06. Damn. Oh, did I get caught? What? Huh. Oh, come on, grab the rock. I can't grab the rock? Really? Limbo's awesome as well as Inside. Yeah, I think Limbo was one that's been on Game Pass for a long time. If I remember correctly, I'm pretty sure it has. Oh, hack banks without getting caught. Oh my god. Yeah, that's not very smart. Wait a second, wasn't I already here before? Gotta lower the crank down. But how do we get up there? Let's see. Climb up the log. And then we're going to swing on the rope, I imagine. Alright. Oh boy. That's a long way down. And we did. Oh, dude, the anonymous guys are awful. They're the freaking worst, I swear to God. Okay, is there anything to grab onto to hang? No, that's not gonna work. We gotta go back to where we came. Let's see here. What am I missing? Most of my stuff is authorized, couldn't get in trouble for it. Yeah, it's a little bit different if you're hacking for a specific like private company versus just trying to break into a bank and steal all their money. All I know is the anonymous guys that I see online are awful. Like you said, leftists and shit. You can get it cheaper on Fanatical. Oh, cool. But is it still region locked in your area, or... Alright, let's see here. Hang on a second. Oh no, we're just back at the bridge again. What do we need to do with the bridge? Can we go down this way? No. Cracking game's more fun. Yeah, I imagine it could be, if you actually know what you're doing. There we go. You gotta think outside the box, three-dimensional wise. Can we climb? We can climb the boards. More shoes! Oh no! Damn it. It's not. I bought one DLC and one game with no issues at all. Oh, interesting. Wait, why wouldn't I just jump over it? Like, I get that you can trigger this, but why don't you just jump over it instead? Oh, come on, you stupid freaking shoe. Where you go? Come on. There we are. Oh, I guess because we had to spring the trap. Okay. Giant pile of shoes and then have to face allegations. I got that reference. Fingerprint the device is fully, remove any access from ever taking place in any form that isn't required by the user. I have no idea what you're talking about, Susanna, but to be fair, I'm really tired. These are like piles of intestines and shit in these bear traps. That's insane. No thank you. Oof. Oh, I want my stick back, dang it. I know, what's a prequel? You talking about Little Nightmares? Wait. 2 is a prequel to 1? What are you talking about? I'm so lost. Little Nightmares 2 is the prequel to 1? I did not know that. I had no idea. Woo-wee. No joke with these bear traps. It's all good, Susano. I'm not trying to, like, not engage with the conversation about hacking and all that other stuff. It's more that I'm tired and know nothing about any of it anyways. This is crazy, man. Holy crap. Luigi's Mansion 3 is fun. My kids have played it. I think I've watched them play most of it, to be honest. Oh my god. What are these boxes for? Again, I don't remember much of the story of the first game. It's been a couple years since I played it, though. She'll be on YouTube. She was going to be playing Ninja Gaiden. And I'll set the redirect on here to go to her channel when we're all done. Can we sneak in there? I think we can. Oh, what are we going to do with that? Alright, how are we going to get in there? Ooh, butcher's knife. Gimme, 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 gimme. Gimme. Damn it. Just the handle? No! Oh. You're all set? Okay, perfect. I'll probably be wrapping up here in just a little bit. Getting some shut-eye. I gotta do yard work in the morning, guys. I gotta go pick up frickin' tree branches while it's not pouring down rain. Let's go this way and see what we got in here. Come on, come on, come on. There we go. Me likey. Kind of looked like Pyramid Head for a second here. I'd be shitting myself if I was that kid. Come on now. AI will be our next generation of MFA without a doubt. Likely something to do with our biometrics and passwords will be a thing of the past. Dude, the world is changing too fast. Like, in really crazy ways. And I'm not one of these people who's, like, always in denial about how AI is going to be around forever and it's the future and stuff. Like, I get it. I accept it. I understand. But it's still... It's freaky, man. Why did it focus in on that light? Alright, cool. Can we... Come on, kid, come back here. Is PewDiePie still actually making content? Because I thought he basically retired from all that. Well, yeah, tools we don't understand and ones that we haven't perfected yet, for sure. Oh no, he's got it all figured out now. Get up there, come on. Oh, pull this over. Oh, we're gonna do the little cooperative thing, aren't we? Come on, kiddo. Let's go. Come here. Alright, how the hell am I gonna get up there? He's busy making babies, 100%. Come on, push. There we go. Yeah, we do need more babies. Unfortunately, not everyone having babies should be having them, and a lot of people who probably would do okay being parents just don't want to grow up and have kids, unfortunately. Alright, we're missing the lever. Where's it at? We don't have enough youngsters to replace the oldsters, yeah. I think Grandma's gonna wake up. Oh no! Grandma's arm fell off. That's disgusting. Yo, grab the thing. Do we have to grab the whole arm? No, there it is. Well, Susanna, now you're talking about the justification for bringing in, yeah, unlimited migration, you know? Too many old people. We need more cheap labor and young people, so we get what we get, right? And nope. Wait, here you go. Wait, what's the plan here? Oh, got it. No! Oh, we got it, we got it. Well, 1000%. And I don't fault anybody when it comes to, God, the way that current dating environment is, you know? It's like, shit's crazy out there. How do we activate the... Like, how do we tell this guy that we want to jump? Like, I need a lift here, dude. Come here. How do we do this? Is there another way out? Oh, no. Come on, we need to go back the way we came. Hospice is growing with those massive shortages in persons willing to do elder care. Well, it's not just elder care, it's in general, people just don't want to work. And I say that as somebody who understands that nobody should work insane hours for like dirt pay, right? I did that growing up, especially with working for family. The lack of compensation for the amount of hours and shit, it's terrible. It's something that nobody should really. Again, this is coming from somebody who's entirely anti-union and everything else, but unfortunately, there's also a general feeling of entitlement in this country where people just don't want to have to do physical labor, whether it's farming or whether it's like you said, hospice care or janitorial or whatever. There's this feeling that certain people, they're just too good to do those jobs, or that jobs that require zero skill whatsoever should be paying somebody enough in a 40-hour week to be able to afford buying in their own house. It's crazy. We're gonna have to push that further over. Come on, push. That's as far as it goes. We're partners entitled 23-year-old girl who shows up late, leaves early, sleeps on the clock, does everything poorly, and bitches constantly. Yeah. You kind of described it to a T, Oh no, now we're getting to the creepy guys. People act like Trash Man doesn't matter. Dude, honestly, if I had to do like a new job, switching jobs or whatever, I would 100% would go do garbage. Those guys make good money. There's like legit nothing wrong with that job. Oh yeah, no, it's not just the US. You're 1000% correct on that. Oh shit. No! Oh, he got me. Oh god. Run, Forrest, run! Oh, snap. Oh god, he's gonna get me. Oh look, it's like the hobbits in Lord of the Rings. That's one creepy mofo. Let's go watching and not just playing it. Come on. Which way is he gonna turn, though? This feels very cinematic. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Alright, we'll go the other way. guess if we get the crow to fly away, it'll distract him. Fly, crow, fly. There we go. Oh, which way is he going? Crap. I guess you can kind of look to the with the right stick a little bit, kind of see which way he's looking. There's gotta be a way to trigger him. Well, the thing about games like this that it's really awesome, something that's, you know, really cool to appreciate is just the level of like detail and quality that goes into it. And I know compared to like the games that are like freaking Ghosts of Tsushima and things that people always talk about how beautiful the scenery is and this and that, this seems relatively small and simple. But honestly, like, okay, there's a game called Unravel, which is phenomenal. And it's very much like this type of game too. Oh shit. Get in the hole. Get in the hole. No! We almost made it! Never played these nightmare games? I played the first one, like I said, a couple years ago. And really good game. Also a fan of tilt shift photography, and this reminds me of it. Yeah, there's certain beauty to it, you know. Games shouldn't feel like work. Yeah. Well, now you're describing games that are like super grindy, like freaking games with battle passes where you feel like you have to max them out. I mean, in a way, that's very much like work. Oh my god, dude. I'm not gonna be able to get over there. There's gotta be some way to like distract him or something. Yo, we made it. Or did I die? I think I died. Son of a bitch. Oh my god. Come on, man. We almost made it. Bit subjective. Love RTS games, but those probably are worked out people. I don't know. I mean, okay. A game for me that would be work are games where you have to manage your economy, military, political, you know, games like Crusader Kings. You will not find a game, in my opinion, that feels more like work than Crusader Kings 3. That game is unbearable, the amount of shit you have to do. He's gonna see us. He's gonna see us. I gotta get back a second. Alright, go. Go, go, go. Come on, man. Ugh. Old Sierra game called Hunter and Hunted. Huh. EVE Online. I mean, every game has a certain amount of grind to it, to be fair. Not all of them are designed to feel like you have to play them for hours and hours and hours and hours and hours to accomplish anything. And I say that as somebody who freaking played Warframe, you know. Really want to do this by Sonic Racing Cross Worlds, but damn, it's too expensive. You know what's funny? I just never really cared about like the Sonic Racing games. I was never a big Sonic guy. Okay, this should be our moment right here. There we go. All right, we're in. Wilds is my #1, has been since release. This man's really gonna shoot into a hole, isn't he? Right, Warframe didn't feel grindy unless you were going for a specific drop, 1000%. And even then, I still enjoyed it. Combat was so satisfying. Also, the different frames, the different weapons. You could, if you were grinding, even if you were grinding, you could still level up weapons and everything else while you were grinding. Oh god, is this guy still going to be following us? Oh, holy crap. Old school Sonic? I mean, sure, back in the day at some point, but I didn't own a Sega. I was a Nintendo kid, so unless I don't remember when Sonic was on the Nintendo, but originally it was just on the Sega, right? All right, so what's the plan here? Well, we can't drop down. Is he gonna grab it? I guess I gotta grab it. Go for it. There we go. I think GameCube got basically everything up until then on their system. You really gonna catch me? Seriously? Oh, he did it! He did it. Look at that kid. Pretty sure Sega had the first game streaming service back in '97. They might have. Yo, what time is it? I need to call it a night. Getting late. I say that and I sound old, and I'm probably going to be like laying in bed for the next hour watching Parks and Recreation or something, but I do have to at some point get up in the morning and do some yard work and stuff. The wife wanted to go to Hobby Lobby, get Christmas decorations. Let's go ahead and exit. Yeah. Maybe we'll stream this next Friday. We'll just straight up do a game stream instead. In television. Oh my god. Yeah, no, I've done that a lot where I felt the need to log in just for dailies. And that was never a fun feeling in my opinion. When you felt like you only were opening a game, like getting on it every day just to get your dailies done, that's when it becomes a chore. If there's ever something that makes a game feel like a chore, if you only log on, if the only reason you log on is just to redeem something, that's the shittiest feeling ever. Because then it's like, that is truly just a force of habit or a chore at that point. There is nothing in that moment where you're actually enjoying what you're doing. What is that? Quick Google, though, hadn't heard of it before. You know, Wilds is one of those games that I genuinely thought about buying, and then after I heard, you know, some people's criticisms of the game and watched some reviews about it, I'm like, yeah, I'm not jumping into that game. Had zero desire. I'm like, you know, I've got Souls games if I want to get my ass kicked without spending 60 or 70 bucks on a game. All right, guys, I'm hitting the hay. This will redirect over to Empress's stream, so if you want to head over there, you can, or you can just hang here until it redirects. Thank you guys for hanging. Appreciate y'all. I will try not to press the self-detonator. I'm going to take this vest off right now as we speak and make sure that everything is non-explosive. Souls games are hard if you're retarded, which I am. So I make all games more unnecessarily hard than they need to be. Granted, it is easier to play than when you're not streaming them. Streaming games makes it more difficult if you're actually trying to split your attention. When you're not splitting your attention, things get a lot a lot more simple. So that in and of itself is a distinction that has to be made. I will say that. I'll cut myself some slack because streaming a game, it makes games a lot more difficult than it needs to be. All right, Lugia and the rest of you guys, thanks for hanging. Appreciate it. Y'all have been awesome. Back on Monday, maybe at some point in the next month, I'll get a video made if there's something worth talking about. Later, guys. Have a good night. Enjoy your weekends.